Locations east of downtown Steamboat on Pine Grove Road and west of town on 13th Street. Good luck to all the high school teams across the Yampa Valley.
Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services is proud to bring you this broadcast of Sailor Sports. They know each athlete has worked hard and dedicated themselves to their sport. That's how Mountain West was built, through hard work and dedication. Their local agents are ready to find an auto, home, business, health, or farm and ranch policy to fit your life. Visit one of their offices in Steamboat, Craig, or Meeker, and good luck, sailors. Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services. Solutions for life.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailor Sports broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski bike run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailor Sports sponsors.
See you out there.
Brian Harvey with Steamboat Sailors head football coach, Mr. Scott Christmas. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be back on the air with you, Brian, and it's a great day for some football.
Absolutely, and we have got a big one here. The 5-2 Palisade Bulldogs in town, final home game of the season. You've had an extra week off here again this season, where it feels like we've had quite a few bye weeks, but able to lick our wounds after a tough loss to a very good Univista team. How did the team recover from that loss? Because it kind of felt like the guys may have been looking past this opponent. I don't know. What happened?
There was a lot of things that went into it. A Saturday day game, getting up early, 4-hour bus ride, grass field. It was like playing on a slip and slide. We're used to playing on turf, so maybe not having the right cleats, not being able to get our footing. There's a lot of opportunities. You know, that's not to downplay Buena Vista. Coach Faven, he does a fantastic job down there, and that's one heck of a football team. Definitely took advantage of us, and we learned from it. You know, the kids recovered pretty well. No big injuries coming out of it. We're nursing a couple, but we should be okay. It was definitely disappointing, but every Friday or Saturday there was going to be a winner and a loser, and we came up short.
For sure, and the one thing it felt like these guys did that kind of confused you guys defensively was their shifts and their motions, which we know the Palisade Bulldogs run a pretty complex system, and they can be difficult as well. How has this loss to Buena Vista prepped you for this game against Palisade?
Now, that's one of the highlights from the game is playing a big physical team. Buena Vista, we're definitely big and fast. So that's a great preparation point for Palisade. And then being able to try to stop that sweep or toss, we were able to really hone in the last 2 weeks and figure out what are the holes in our defense and how do we need to come out structurally as well as individual players to be prepared to play that kind of game and be able to face Palisade, who, you know, they're pretty darn dynamic. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They want to run the ball, and we're going to see a lot of fullback dive. We're going to see a fair amount of toss and pitch, and maybe a little bit of options. They don't stray too far from what they do, because they just do it extremely well, and they're coached really well. Joe Romano's been doing it for a long time. Steamboat alum. We're going to have our work cut out for us. You know, the messaging the last 2 weeks is we have nothing to lose in this game. We have a lot to gain, but we have nothing to lose. And it's sort of an underdog story, and I like being the underdog sometimes. And this is one of those cases where I hope we come out and put on a good show and maybe still one away and maybe shock the Western slope a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this team has had their way with us over the last 10 or so years, and they've always been a tough game to play. Coming into this with 2 weeks of practice, who are some of the players that are sort of rising to the top? You've got some amazing senior leaders out there. Who are the guys that are really waving that banner and getting the rest of the team to follow?
The 4 guys on the O-line, they're battling every single day. You got Kenny Orson, Wyatt O'Neill, Cannon, Wilson, and Lloyd Warren. Those guys are definitely the physical leaders down there. And then, we just have so many. You got Cohen and Tanner and Thomas, all on the offensive side. And defensively, those four guys on the O-line, D-line, and Luke Jordan, Weston Worley, Blue Wills, those guys, they are answering it. They're all fight, and we're playing for bigger things. We're still in the hunt for hopefully a playoff spot with 3 games left. So we have to learn and actually improve on the lessons learned from last year and this year. And they're definitely receptive to it. The team morale has been really, really good. The intensity has been high. So I'm hoping for good things.
What do we know about this Palisade Bulldog team? They come in, it looks like they like to run first. They've got a fairly balanced attack, but they're not throwing the ball a ton. They're only averaging 45 yards per game. But their leading rusher is only averaging 57 yards a game, which means they spread the ball out.
Yeah, they spread the ball out really well. They love that fullback dive, number 18, and then they love the toss and pitch with 17 and 13. I'm horrible with names, so I'm good with numbers. 33. They spread the ball quite around their wings and that fullback. The quarterback, he has decent wheels. He's taken a couple to the house on the QB option key. So they have weapons. Defensively, their O-line, D-line, they're big dudes. They run that 4-3 structure, and they're extremely sound. Don't feel anything too complicated, but they don't want to get beat deep, and they're going to rally to everything with their speed and size. So it's going to be a fun matchup. Looking at some other opponents that have played them, Rifle was able to run the ball fairly successfully for 130-something yards. Not enough to get the job done, but they're able to move the ball. So I'm hoping with our running game, being able to open up some passing lanes, I'm hoping we're going to be able to move the ball pretty well.
So the one common opponent that you both played is Summit County, and you rolled them 65-6. They beat them 55-0. Hard to tell when the JV and the second stringers came in for Palisade. Did you learn anything from that film on what you could possibly exploit? Obviously, it sounds like they do let up the run a little bit, and that seems to work in our favor.
Yeah, I think the run game is going to be instrumental. And then once we establish the run, they are extremely sound, so it's going to be trying to find one-on-one mismatches with our alignment and some of our play concepts. We have a couple new installs that should put some guys in space and put them in conflict. And it's going to come down to being a physical, hard-nosed matchup. They played Durango early on, and that's what it came down to. I think that was a 10-7 ball game, and if you're able to run the ball and if you're able to stop the run, it's going to make for a fun night.
Awesome, Coach. You said we're fairly healthy coming in. We've had an extra week. Can you give us an idea of some of the wrinkles that you've put in? Obviously, this is going to air right before the game time, so I don't think they're going to have time to hear it.
Nothing too crazy. There's a couple different play concepts. Nothing. We're not chasing the big shiny thing. We're trying to get better at what we do because we do it pretty darn well. Minus that Buena Vista game. Go back 2 weeks before that tough Eagle Valley game. We had 464 yards of offense. If we get rid of the 5 turnovers, we win that game. And so it's really been focusing on our identity and cleaning things up with just a few new plays to help exploit as we learn this new offense. That's the other fun thing. We're in year one of this new offense, so learning how to call it and how to prepare for teams and how they're going to align to us and adjust to it. Every week's been something new. We're constantly learning, and okay, if they do this, we need to do that. So it's been a fun process, and Coach Hamrick and Coach Finch have been doing a fantastic job on the offensive side of the ball, along with all the coaches, in implementing this offense and giving our boys a chance to see some success.
All right, Coach, final thoughts before you guys hit the gridiron against the Palisade Bulldogs.
If you're listening, you're not down here at Gardner Field yet, make your way on down and come see a great show. Support the school and the team. A lot of great things happening in the school. Couldn't be prouder to be a part of it. and go Sailors.
All right, Coach, go Sailors, and thanks so much for taking the time. That's Steamboat Sailors head football coach Scott Christmas. Your Steamboat Sailors getting ready to take on the Palisade Bulldogs. The Bulldogs coming into Gardner Field with a 5-2 record. Your Steamboat Sailors sitting at 4-2, having lost their last 2 games. But as we talked about, they've had an extra week to prepare for this Palisade Bulldog team. They've learned a lot with this new offense, and I think they're ready to rock and roll. We do have some Sailor spotlights on the way, an opportunity for you to get up close and personal and learn a little bit more about your Steamboat Sailors football players. And then Lowen Epstein and Mike Deemer will have the call of tonight's game. It's Steamboat Sailors football, and it's the final home game of the season. So wear red, wear black, head out to Gardner Field, and come cheer your Steamboat Sailors on. Bring your devices because you can listen to it across the valley here terrestrially on KTYV Sports on FM at 97.7 and 105.7, and you can listen online at steamboatradio.com. And if the technology gods smile on us, you'll be able to listen and watch this game on the Steamboat Radio YouTube channel. It's Steamboat Sailors football right here on your Steamboat Sailors Sports Connection. We are KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and 97.7 on the FM dial and on the World Wide Web at steamboatradio.com.
This fall, bring fresh color home with Steamboat Ace Hardware, the great paint store inside your hardware store. From bold front doors to warm, cozy living rooms, we've got top brands like Benjamin Moore and Clark & Kensington, plus expert advice to match. All the tools, all the color, all in one stop. Steamboat Ace Hardware, your local place for paint this fall. Steamboat Ace is the place with the helpful paint folks.
This is Todd Ellens with the Law Office of Ellens & Strom. We are proud to support the Steamboat Sailors. Hard work and persistence are the key ingredients to succeeding in sports and in the courtroom. At Ellens & Strom, we have attorneys that handle nearly all types of legal matters. Contact us at ellensstrom.com to schedule a meeting with a lawyer today. That's ELENZSTROM.com. The Law Office of Ellens & Strom, a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors.
Yampa Valley Bank supports our local student athletes and believes that the opportunity to participate in multiple sports and multiple seasons is another reason that Steamboat is the best hometown in Colorado. We salute our 3 sports student athletes, your sportsmanship, teamwork, and academic efforts. Let's go, Sailors!
Thanks to all of our Steamboat Sailor sports sponsors, as they enable us to bring you over 110 live high school sports broadcasts throughout the year. Find the complete Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast schedule and tune in at steamboatradio.com.
Dotson Payment Solutions are proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors broadcast on KTYV Sports on FM. Hi, this is Zach from Dotson Payment Solutions. Are you running a local business and tired of paying too much for credit card processing and not getting the local technical support you need? Join our team today at DotsonPOS.com. That's DOTSONPOS.com. Dotson Payment Solutions is a home team for point of sale, payment solutions, loyalty programs, gift cards, and more, and a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors, your home team.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is AJ Gieslin. I play outside linebacker. I've been playing football for like 5 years now. A personal goal I have for football this year is to be a contributor on varsity, a team goal. Try to beat Craig and maybe make the playoffs. Other sports and activities I like going biking and snowboarding every now and then. My favorite subject in school is my open period because I don't really have to do anything. And then this summer, I hung out with my friends and I worked on a roof, doing some roofing. Some plans after I graduate, probably want to go to trade school, join the military, maybe college, I don't know. And then my favorite movie is Talladega Nights because Ricky Bobby's funny. I am AJ Gieslin and I am proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Charlie here from Mountain Mattress and Furniture, a proud sponsor of Steamboat Springs High School sports broadcast. Whether you are participating, watching, or listening, a good night's sleep is important to good health. With Mountain Mattress Best Price Guarantee, you'll get the lowest price on all the best brands in the country. We have the largest selection of mattresses in Northwest Colorado, and our family strives to offer the best service in the valley. Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane.
Mountain Mattress is the place when you need to rest your face. Put our mattresses to the test, and you will see we're the best.
Hey, I'm Brian Ripley.
And I'm Justin Reed.
We are with the Paoli Group. The Paoli Group has made the strategic move to join forces with the agency.
We are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailor Sports.
As a high school coach and a member of the Paoli Group, our team is dedicated to serving the community and finding ways to give back.
Just like a Steamboat Sailor, we value teamwork, integrity, and character.
For all your real estate needs, find us at thepaoligroup.com. Let's go Sailors!
Jason here with One Off Auto Center with your car tip of the day. When was the last time that four-wheel drive switch on the dash was pushed? Don't wait for the first big snow to find out your four-wheel drive isn't working. Engage that four-wheel drive button periodically to make sure all is in working order and lubricated. We know what's coming soon, and that four-wheel drive will be needed. That's your car tip of the day from One Off Auto Center. Easy to find at 2565 Copper Ridge Drive. Book online at oneoffautocenter.com. One Off Auto Center.
We go the extra mile.
Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of the Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat! Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name's Eli Beaver. I've been playing football for about 3 years. I'm a running back and an outside linebacker. My personal goal is to score a lot of touchdowns this season, get a lot of sacks, and I think as a team we want to go to the playoffs. I love to wrestle, I love to fish, I like to just be active. I like math, it's probably my favorite subject just because it makes sense. And over the summer, spent a lot of time working out and hanging with friends. After I graduate high school, I think I'm going to go to college, although I don't have a good idea of where I'm going yet. My favorite movie is Cars, I think, because it's a super cool movie. I am Eli Beaver, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Hi, this is Jimmy from Builders First Source, now in 2 locations here in Steamboat Springs, and we're proud to support Steamboat Sailor Sports on KTYV Sports on FM. At Builders First Source, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School Sports. Builders First Source, now with 2 locations, east of downtown Steamboat on Pine Grove Road and west of town on 13th Street. Good luck to all the high school teams across the Yampa Valley.
Dotson Payment Solutions are proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors broadcast on KTYV Sports on FM. Hi, this is Zach from Dotson Payment Solutions. Are you running a local business and tired of paying too much for credit card processing and not getting the local technical support you need? Join our team today at DotsonPOS.com. That's DOTSONPOS.com. Dotson Payment Solutions is a home team for point of sale, payment solutions, loyalty programs, gift cards, and more, and a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors, your home team.
This fall, bring fresh color home with Steamboat Ace Hardware, the great paint store inside your hardware store. From bold front doors to warm, cozy living rooms, we've got top brands like Benjamin Moore and Clark & Kensington, plus expert advice to match. All the tools, all the color, all in one stop. Steamboat Ace Hardware, your local place for paint this fall. Steamboat Ace is the place with the helpful paint folks.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors sports broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we're proud Sailors sports sponsors.
See you out there.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
I'm Indy Leitner. I don't know my number net yet. I play wide receiver and cornerback. I've been playing football. I'm going into my 4th year this season. My personal goal for the season is to just do as much as I can with my time on the field, and the team goal is to have a winning season and make the playoffs. I play lacrosse, and I also like to snowboard and be outside. My favorite subject is math because I like it. It's fun. I stacked my bread this summer, and I hung out with my friends a lot. And after I graduate, I'm gonna go to college. My favorite movie is Hot Tub Time Machine because it's really funny. I'm Indy Leitner, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Johnny B. Good's Diner loves supporting Sailor sports. Our team dinners are a great way to get Sailors pumped for a win. Come on down to the diner. We're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Check out our great fall specials.
Monday through Friday, enjoy a juicy burger with Cook's choice of toppings and your choice of side, $11.99.
2 for Tuesdays gets you 2-for-1 drinks with the purchase of a meal. And the early bird breakfast from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Now it's a choice of 4 different omelets with hash browns for $10. Johnny B. Good's Diner, 738 Lincoln, downtown Steamboat Springs.
Is your vehicle ready for our harsh Colorado winter? The all-new Steamboat Motors Expanded Service Department state-of-the-art repair shop is here for you and your vehicle, servicing trucks, cars, and SUVs. From oil changes and tune-ups to full engine replacements and everything in between. Steamboat Motors certified mechanics will keep your vehicle running smoothly. Steamboat Motors, a consistent J.D. Power Award winner. Sales and service. West Steamboat on Highway 40 and online at steamboatmotors.com.
This is Todd Ellens with the Law Office of Ellens & Strom. We are proud to support the Steamboat Sailors. Hard work and persistence are the key ingredients to succeeding in sports and in the courtroom. At Ellens & Strom, we have attorneys that handle nearly all types of legal matters. Contact us at ellensstrom.com to schedule a meeting with a lawyer today. That's ELENZSTROM.com. The Law Office of Ellens & Strom, a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors.
Charlie here from Mountain Mattress and Furniture, a proud sponsor of Steamboat Springs High School sports broadcast. Whether you are participating, watching, or listening, a good night's sleep is important to good health. With Mountain Mattress Best Price Guarantee, you'll get the lowest price on all the best brands in the country. We have the largest selection of mattresses in Northwest Colorado, and our family strives to offer the best service in the valley. Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane.
Mountain Mattress is the place when you need to rest your face. Put our mattresses to the test, and you will see we're the best.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is Wyatt O'Neal. I am number 71. I play offensive line and defensive line. I played football for 4 years now. My team goals this year are to play hard and play with a good heart. My other interests are weightlifting and fishing and camping. And my favorite subject is lunch because I don't have to try too hard. And what I did this summer was lift weights and hang out with my friends and go fishing. And after I graduate, I want to take a gap year, go fish in Alaska, then come back and go to college. And then my favorite book is Alabama Moon because it's really cool. I am Wyatt O'Neill, and I am proud to be a Steamboat sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Hi, this is Jimmy from Builders First Source, now in 2 locations here in Steamboat Springs. And we're proud to support Steamboat Sailor Sports on KTYV Sports on FM. At Builders First Source, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School Sports. Builders First Source, now with 2 locations, east of downtown Steamboat on Pine Grove Road and west of town on 13th Street. Good luck to all the high school teams across the Yampa Valley.
Jason here with One Off Auto Center with your car tip of the day. When was the last time that 4-wheel drive switch on the dash was pushed? Don't wait for the first big snow to find out your 4-wheel drive isn't working. Engage that 4-wheel drive button periodically to make sure all is in working order and lubricated. We know what's coming soon, and that 4-wheel drive will be needed. That's your car tip of the day from One Off Auto Center. Easy to find at 2565 Copper Ridge Drive. Book online at oneoffautocenter.com. One Off Auto Center.
We go the extra mile.
Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services is proud to bring you this broadcast of Sailor Sports. They know each athlete has worked hard and dedicated themselves to their sport. That's how Mountain West was built, through hard work and dedication. Their local agents are ready to find an auto, home, business, health, or farm and ranch policy to fit your life. Visit one of their offices in Steamboat, Craig, or Meeker, and good luck, sailors. Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services. Solutions for life. This fall, bring fresh color home with Steamboat Ace Hardware, the great paint store inside your hardware store. From bold front doors to warm, cozy living rooms, we've got top brands like Benjamin Moore and Clark & Kensington, plus expert advice to match. All the tools, all the color, all in one stop. Steamboat Ace Hardware, your local place for paint this fall. Steamboat Ace is the place with the helpful paint folks.
Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by our friends at Yampa Valley Bank, Builders First Source, the Steamboat Roofing Company, Mountain West Insurance, Ellens & Strom Attorneys at Law, Mountain Ironworks, Johnny B. Good's Diner, One Off Auto Center, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Dotson Payment Solutions, the Paoli Group, Steamboat Ace Hardware, and the all-new Steamboat Motors. Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
Now let's go to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Football.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is your final home game of the season for the Steamboat Sailors. Excited to be here, coming at you live on 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. No Brian Harvey tonight. You got Lowen Epstein in the booth with the great Mike Deemer. Mike, excited to be here, man.
Yes, me too.
We just had kickoff. Sailors are going to start this one on defense. The Palisade Bulldogs are in town. We are in store for a fun one.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Palisade, one of the perennial powerhouses, in Colorado football in general, not just in our league. They're having a good year. For Palisade, they're 5-2, I believe. So it's not a great year for them. Most teams would give anything for that. As you alluded to earlier, kickoff, Palisade started with a false start penalty, brought up first down and 15. It's second and about 11 now.
Palisade, the type of team that's going to run the ball down your throat. They've got a handful of star players on this team, including the quarterback, number 7, Branson Springer, the senior, 6'3", 190-pounder. He is going to be a problem for this Palisade, for this Steamboat defense tonight. I think it's also important to note, Mike, no Sean Struble tonight. That's a big loss for this Sailors defense.
Still recovering from an injury. Sailors, there's no magic formula here tonight. When you're going up against Palisade, you got to win the battle in the trenches, reduce the turnover turnovers and penalties to 0.
And this is a team, I was hearing some people talk about this Palisade team before we went on air here, and this is a Palisade team that makes very little mistakes, Mike. I think that's worth noting. In terms of league play, they're bottom of the league when it comes to jumping off sides. They're bottom of the league in penalties. This is a very clean football team.
And that starts with the coaching, and the culture that they develop down there. If you want to play Palisade football, you're going to do it their way, or you're not going to be on the sideline.
Absolutely. Palisade on their first drive of the game, working right to left on the radio dial here. It is going to be Branson Springer in the gun. He's got one running back in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers out to his right, jumbo set for this Palisade Bulldog team. Here we go, Springer. He's going to roll out to his right, and there's going to be a whistle. Play is blown dead.
Yeah, I'm thinking we got a false start again on Palisade. A little jumpy here.
Wow.
You're telling them, how good they are. They're just a little jumpy. Yeah, that's good. Well done.
That is
liking having you up here in the booth already.
Yeah, we can go ahead and credit that one to this Steamboat Sailors crowd here. Large attendance. Again, final home game of the season as we are underway at Gardner Field. Beautiful Friday night, October evening. And here we go, Springer once more for this Palisade Bulldogs team. Springer rolls out to his right. He's going to step up in the pocket, lets it rip, and he's got a receiver for a gain of about 25. Found him on the sideline. Great play there from the quarterback.
Well, what happened was the Sailors' defensive rush, the pass rush, got to him, but his big size and athleticism, he shook off the tackle, and downfield, the Sailor defensive back lost his footing, slipped, and the receiver was literally wide open by 10 yards.
And I'll tell you, Mike, I was watching Springer warm up before this game. That is exactly what he was working on, throwing that football on the run.
Yeah.
So here we go now, first down for the Bulldogs from the Sailors' 30-yard line. It's going to be Springer with the pitch out to the left. Finds his running back for no gain. Good job there from the Sailors as Nathan Umberger gets the call there for the Bulldogs.
Nice job for the Sailors. Number 8, Blue Wills, who the last few weeks has just turned into an amazing defensive football player. Really good job there on the man-to-man tackle.
And so that'll bring up second down for this Bulldogs team. Palisade, again, working right to left on the radio dial. You are tuned here, 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. Lowen Epstein, Mike Deemer in the booth at Gardner Field for the final home game of this Sailors 2025 regular season. Here we go, Palisade. It's going to be Springer under center. Springer's going to hand it off to his running back. Thought about pulling it for a moment, and they're just going to run this up the middle. So, again, Mike, I will reiterate, this offense for this Palisade Bulldogs team, they love to run the football. They're not going to throw the ball a ton of times. If the Sailors can get anything out of their linebackers and defensive line, this is a winnable football game.
And that's what Palisade does. You're 100% right. They grind you down. They'll beat you up, and they'll make you sore. Quarterback's got a little hitch in his giddy-up. I know when he came around on that play, a little bit of a limp.
Springer under center again. They're going to run this ball up the middle. That'll bring up third down as they do not get to the marker. So third down and short, I believe.
I think fourth. Fourth down.
Good call. That was third down. So fourth down now. Palisade's going to stay out there. And you have to give the Sailors some credit there on this opening drive.
Mistake. 4th and 2. This is a huge play.
4th and 2.
Look at the Sailors' defensive line. Those are some big athletic kids. This is a big play here. Sets the tempo of the game early in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Branson Springer, the quarterback under center. He's got Dylan Larson in the backfield. He's going to put a man in motion, and he's going to keep it himself. The keeper up the middle, and Branson Springer is going to walk into the end zone for 6.
They collapsed too much. Linebackers bid on that play. Went for the ball carrier, almost like a play action, but instead of the pass, the quarterback kept it. That was a huge hole he got through for the touchdown.
Yeah, pretty big touchdown there as he faked it to his running back, Dylan Larson, decided to keep it, and he just goes right up the middle. Palisade is going to be on the board first. I think it's important to note here, Mike, you take a look at this kid's stats throughout the year, Branson Springer. He gets it done in a number of ways. He's got 300 yards through the air this year. He's got 300 yards on the ground as well. Sailors have to be ready for this quarterback, number 7.
Yeah, it's a tough assignment. He's a stud. That time he really dictated the flow of the game, and I wonder actually if that little limp was really a charade on his part, because he was limping around the huddle, And that's when he kept the ball. He was in the end zone, no problem at all.
Palisade on the board first, 7:29 left to go in this first quarter. Mike, I do have to say, man, this is an honor to be calling this game with you. I grew up listening to you on the radio, calling these games with Harvey. At one point, you were even calling my games when I was a player for this Sailors team. I've done plenty of other sports, but ultimately, this is my first time calling a game with you, and I just got to say, I'm excited to be here, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled too. It's nice to have somebody not named Brian. Is he listening, by the way?
Brian over on the East Coast, he's probably tuning in.
Just kidding, Harv. I hope you're having a good visit with your family.
And so here we go, the first offensive possession for this Sailors team. Let's talk about it a little bit. Three-headed monster between Tanner Cobb, Eli Beaver, and Thomas Krupp. I think that the running game is stellar for this Steamboat offense.
There's no mistake, but they have to establish the run so they can get the passing game going as well.
And so it's going to be a return here for this Sailors team. They're going to bring this one up the middle. Palisade trying to cover, and they're going to bring him down right about the 30-yard line. Sailors will start.
Nice job, Thomas Krupp on the return, getting to the 30. Sailors offense has got to answer the opening drive touchdown for Palisade. You got 7:22 left in the first quarter. Palisade pretty much marched down. The only bad plays Palisade had were the two false start penalties. Otherwise, they marched right down the field. Sailors, the offense has got to answer.
It is Tanner Cobb time here at Gardner Field. He's got his two running backs in the backfield with him, Beaver and Krupp. Cobb in the gun. He's got two receivers to his right, and we're going to have a flag here on the first play of the game before Cobb even gets a chance to get rolling. It's going to go against the Sailors.
I honestly think it might have been against Cobb. I think he might, if that's
Did he lift his leg?
I think he did. He moved a little too much.
And so a false start here is going to bring the Sailors back 5. It'll remain first down and now 15 as Cobb is in the gun. He's got two receivers to his right, single receiver to his left. Cobb's going to hand this ball off. It's going to go up the middle, bouncing it to the left side. Is that Beaver for maybe a small gain? Couple.
Yeah, that was still Krupp back there. Krupp getting to the outside, picking up a few hard-earned yards.
Krupp wearing number 20 for this Sailors team. Eli Beaver number 30.
Let's go, Steamboat!
And the Sailors now with second down. It'll be second down and about 12 here. Cobb once more going to be working from the gun. He's got two wide receivers out to his right. He's got a man in the backfield with him as well. Let's see if Tanner Cobb can get something going here. Throws it out to the flat, and that is going to be caught, but immediately brought down is Cohen Vanderbosch. And you said it before we came on the air, we have to get him the ball a little bit tonight.
There's no mistake. Number 8, though, for Palisade, for the Bulldogs, read that play like a book, and he got to Cohen about the same time the football did.
That's Aiden.
No chance.
That's Aiden Shao.
Outstanding defensive play. However, that being said, they still have to get the ball in Vanderbosch's hands. He'll break one of those.
Brings up third down for this Sailors offense. Third down and long all of a sudden. First drive of the game. Here we go. Cobb in the shotgun once more. Two receivers out to his left. He's got one man in tight to the right. He's going to roll out to his right. He's going to pump fake, and he is brought down for a loss in the backfield. Tanner Cobb gets sacked. Ball's taken away. There's still no whistle. And now they're saying that it was dead. Palisade thought they stripped it for a second, though.
Referee is calling it down. The Sailors are lucky. That was a big hit. Big hit on number 1 Cobb. Sailors do not answer offensively, and this is where they didn't want to be was third and long.
Right.
That's been an Achilles heel for them.
And so with 5:45 left to go here in this first quarter of action at Gardner Field, the Sailors are going to punt this one into the night. Big booming punt just beyond the 50-yard line. It's going to be received by the Bulldogs and immediately brought down. He didn't call for a fair catch. I think that was Joaquin Baver returning the punt for this Bulldogs team. He didn't wave the fair catch, and he was blasted by the Sailors.
Number 4, Tyler Grove, blew him up. He's lucky he kept possession of the ball.
And I think Grove was a little bit confused there because he ran all the way up to him, and he was like, are you really not going to wave?
I know. And then he body slammed him.
And so here we go, Palisade with their second offensive drive of the game. They marched all the way down the field on the first First one, and now with 5:28 left to go, they will take over. It's Branson Springer, the senior quarterback. He's going to roll out to his right here, throws on the run, and finds a receiver just over the outstretched arms of Nathan Umberger. Can't connect there, brings up second down for Palisade.
And you could credit number 30 for the Sailors, Eli Beaver, with the pressure, forced the quarterback to throw the ball a little too soon. The receiver did have separation from the defender, could have picked up big yards.
And so it brings up second down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Palisade wearing their all-white uniforms here, silver pants. It's going to be Springer under center. Jumbo set for this Palisade team. They've got a couple tight ends in the backfield, and they're going to hand this ball off up the middle once more for a gain of about 5.
Well, you could tell this Palisade line, particularly the offensive line, they like to hit. They like to make contact.
They got a lot of confidence for sure.
They do. They like to put the numbers against each other.
Clock continues to roll. 5 minutes to go here. First quarter action. Palisade taking their time getting in and out of the huddle here. I think everybody in the stands knows what they're going to do. Springer under center again. He's got one receiver to his left, single receiver out to his right. Jumbo set in the backfield for Springer. Puts a man in motion. Hand off up the middle. Yeah, it's a keeper, quarterback keeper, and that's going to be a dangerous play all night, Mike.
You're absolutely right.
You can tell the Sailors' defense is already biting on it. We've already seen the first touchdown scored on that exact play, and ultimately Branson Springer, when he keeps the ball, is going to be something the Sailors have to watch.
You're absolutely right. They keep setting it up. They run on the left and the right side, right off the football. They set it up, and then Springer keeps it and picks up 12 yards.
Brings up first down for the Palisade Bulldogs. Springer under center once more. Single receiver to the left, one man wide out to the right. He's going to pitch this one, and the Sailors are in the backfield for a big defensive stop. That is how you get to the football, Mike.
Yeah, number 70 for your Sailors. Big Phil Dozer started that play, wrapped up the ball carrier, allowed his teammates to get up for a big hit. You got to keep Palisade in long yardage. You know, if they end up third and short, even fourth and short, the ability of that team with their running game and with the skill set of their quarterback to pick up short yardage is almost a given.
I mean, the Palisade offensive line is huge, but these skill players, these running backs are perfectly feasible for this Sailors defense to handle. Here we go now. Second down and long for the Palisade Bulldogs. They're going to be under center once more. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. This time he lets his running back have it, and it's going to be a gain of maybe 7.
Yeah, that was some pancake blocking going in.
Some blocking all the way down the field there. I saw that.
He did not disengage in any way.
So brings up a third down. Third down and long for this Palisade team. Big opportunity here for the Sailors defense. They've already found themselves in this situation once. Let's see if they can get a stop here. Third down and long for the Palisade Bulldogs. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and a hole is found, and a big gain there for the Bulldogs. They'll get beyond the sticks for a gain of about 12.
Boy, it just seems like when the Sailors have the opportunity, they just haven't been able to capitalize at this point.
Yeah, 2 times now, Mike, that we've seen them in a third and long situation. On the last drive, we even saw them get to the 4th down, and Palisade continues to steamroll them on these big plays. 2:30 left to go now, first quarter here at Gardner Field. Palisade working from the Sailors 32. It's going to be Springer under center. No receivers out. He's got everybody in tight. Jumbo set for this team. He gives it up the middle, and it's a big hole. That's Nathan Umberger getting the call once more. Palisade picks up another first down.
Yeah, a shoestring tackle there by number 52, Lloyd Warren, to trip up the ball carrier. But the Sailors, they're not making contact on the ball carrier until he's about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got to get him in the backfield like we saw on that earlier play. just a few minutes ago. If you can get to, while they're doing all the motions in the backfield, that is where the Sailors will succeed. But right now, Palisade continues to march this ball down the field. And most importantly, Mike, they have been eating this clock up. I mean, this first quarter has gone by.
They grind you down.
It has gone by in what seems like a minute. We got 1:30 left to go now, first quarter here. Palisade under center once more. No receivers out to the left. He puts a man in motion. He's going to fake this one and roll out. It is going to be Springer. Finds a man on the run, and once again, his wide receiver is just unable to haul that one in. The footwork was there from Branson Springer, and he just can't connect on his.
Just put a little bit too much on it. The receiver kind of tripped up, couldn't get his hands up to make the reception. And again, like you said, with 1:26, Sailors are only down 7-0, but it's almost like they haven't, we know they had an offensive possession, but it was so quick, like they haven't had the ball.
3 plays. It was only 3 plays. So here we go now. It's third down once again for this Palisade team. They're going to run this ball up the middle, right through the A-gap, and the Sailors are there for a pretty decent stop. Still gained about 5 on the play. Is that a fourth down?
That is going to bring up third.
Third down. Clock continues to run. Okay. They're not. It doesn't look like they're
short.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're changing it over on the scoreboard here.
Third and short. This is where the Sailors really need to get into the backfield. We need some penetration.
This time Palisade puts a couple of receivers out wide. Instead, they're just going to run the ball up the middle again, and the Sailors are there. I mean, you have to give them credit for the tackling. They're just not getting there quite early enough, and Palisade picks up another first down on the short gain.
And that's going to bring up first and goal. 45 seconds left to go in the first. Sailors down 7-0. Looking desperately for a stop. Try to strip the ball. Turnover would be fantastic right now.
Have to think this is pretty textbook if you're the Palisade head coach, Ramuno. You have to think that this is what you want to do. I mean, 2 drives.
Nonstop. I mean, they're just driving down the field with the run.
On the goal line.
Risk.
Clock continues to run. Here we go now, 20 seconds. It is Springer on the goal line. Looking to punch this one in for Palisade. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right. Springer keeps this one and throws a little move, and it's a good defensive play from the Sailors as they get the quarterback in the backfield. He's shifty on his feet, but they caught him there.
Yeah, they did. Number 56 for your Sailors. A.J. Gieslin wrapping him up from behind even after the fake. That was a fantastic defensive play by number 56, Gieslin. Going to bring us to the end of the first quarter.
And that'll do it. Yes, end of first quarter action here. You are tuned 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. You can also watch the stream for this game over at SteamboatRadio.com or the Steamboat Football YouTube channel. Mike, I mean, not much to really break down here. It was pretty textbook. I mean, they're running the football. They're using clock. I mean, if you were going to start a football team from scratch and say, hey, this is what we want to do, it would pretty much be what Palisade just did in that first quarter.
It really would. Stay out of trouble. Don't find themselves, even on long yardage situations, their running game is just blowing up holes. When they need to pick up the yardage, their offensive line is stepping up to the task. Now, that being said, it's the first quarter's over. It's only a 7-0 game. Sailors got to just hang in there. Palisade's goal is to wear them down physically and then mentally. But it starts in the trenches, where they got a huge and athletic offensive line. The Sailors really need to work at getting something unusual going on, stripping the football, looking for the turnover, a big sack. They got to come up with a big play, because if you just do the standard plays against this Palisade team, that's what they're going to do. Yeah. They're going to march up and down the field and use up the clock.
And listen, we've already seen a couple of incompletions here from this Palisade quarterback. He doesn't seem to be connecting with his wide receivers as well as he would like. I think the Sailors need to take advantage of that, because ultimately, whenever there's an incomplete pass, that stops the clock as well. The last thing you want is for this clock to just continue to roll all night.
Absolutely.
Second quarter underway. underway here. It's going to be Palisade at the goal line. We flip the field, and Palisade is going to be trying to punch this one in, moving left to right on your radio dial. Let's see if the Sailors have a goal line stand in them as Branson Springer goes under center. He's got two wide receivers out to his right. He's got a running back in the backfield as well. Sailors look like they may have jumped off sides there. No call, and Palisade is going to drive this one across the goal line. They're going to give him a touchdown.
And that was a tough break. Sailor defender wrapped up the quarterback after the fake. He just brought him down a little too far into the end zone.
Yeah, the Sailors' defensive line got a really good jump on that snap, it looked like. It almost looked like they were offsides, but it was just timed up perfectly. And now here goes Palisade to try to knock the extra point through. 13-0, just underway, second quarter here at Gardner Field. 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. The extra point is up and good. Makes it a 2-touchdown game here. Final home game of the Sailors season. I mean, this is winnable. I give credit to the Palisade Bulldogs on these first couple of drives, but ultimately it was not that impressive. I mean, they ran the ball up the middle. Sailors had opportunities to get stops, plenty of opportunities. Third down multiple times, fourth down multiple times. Somebody is going to have to make a play, especially with Sean Struble out tonight. Somebody is going to have to step up at that linebacker position or the defensive line position for this Sailors.
You got to look for somebody like number 30, Eli Beaver.
Yes.
The kid's all over the field. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Him to come up with a hit. But all that being said, we're talking about how good the run game is and how Palisade is doing it almost textbook. Particularly that last drive was dang near textbook run, almost like the old Nebraska football from going way back, where it was just 4 or 5 yards, cloud of dust, and then boom, a fake by the quarterback, pick up 16 yards.
And I'll tell you, anybody who has played football before, these are the most annoying teams to play. There is no team that you dread more when you're sitting in math class on a Friday than going and playing a team like Palisade that's full of wrestlers, that only runs the football. I mean, it's a long day.
It is, and it's clear.
So here we go. The Sailors are going to have their second offensive possession of the game. They're going to return this kick. It's a good return up the middle, gets to about the 30-yard line. Call it the 27. Good return there. Was that Worley?
No, number 4, Tyler Grove on the return. That's what the Sailors have to do. What I was getting at before, we're talking about how textbook the run game in particular is going for Palisade. But their defense, we've seen the Sailors for 3 plays and a punt.
Yeah.
This is where it's going to come down to.
This is where you'd like to see some Krupp and Beaver action. Let's see what the Sailors have in their bag. Starting from the 28-yard line, it's going to be Tanner Cobb. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Cobb's going to keep this one and get to the outside, trying to find an angle. Nothing doing there. Palisade sets the edge and brings him down. No gain on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that's what the Sailors, this is the one thing they have to avoid. 2nd and long, 3rd and long. But the one thing, and the Sailors haven't had the ball that much to be definitive about it, but the Palisade Bulldogs know how to tackle. There's not much in the way of missed tackles, which for Krupp and Beaver is their bread and butter, making the tacklers miss.
2nd down and about 9. It's going to be Cobb in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 man in the backfield with him, and another flag here, Mike.
That's a false start again on the Sailor.
Yeah, another false start. The first one on the first drive was from the quarterback, Tanner Cobb. This time,
that was the line.
It was the line, yes. So that'll knock the Sailors back about 5 yards. And
I didn't see who it was, but it's when the lineman moves and then freezes and is like, I'm not moving anymore. Not at all.
Caught red-handed. So here we go, Cobb. After the 5-yard penalty, Cobb's going to fake the pass in the flat. He's got a wide receiver deep, and he just overthrows Cohen Vanderbosch. Can't quite find him. Excuse me. That was Abbott Gotro on the go route.
Gotro on the go route, but number 17, the free safety for Palisade, was coming over. That ball needed to have a little less air under it, a little bit more of a rope, give Gotro a chance to come down with it.
I know a lot of the story this year with this Sailors offense is Krupp and Beaver, but what do you think about Tanner Cobb as a pass passer, Mike.
Well, he's definitely developed. His strengths come around. He's very accurate when he has the time. And unfortunately, when he gets behind and the defense can pin their ears back, that's hard to ask from anybody.
Trips out to the left for the Sailors. It's Cobb in the gun once more. Cobb steps into a throw, finds a man, and it's through the outstretched arms of Cohen Vanderbosch. That's your boy, Mike. He wants that one back.
Yeah, he does. That's going to bring up another punting situation. But even that was kind of a prevent setup by Palisade. If Cohen would have come down with that, he'd have had a tough assignment, breaking 3 tacklers to get the first down.
Yeah, I thought it was a good route from Cohen, though. He kind of found a soft part of the zone there, kind of sat down for his quarterback, just couldn't quite make the catch. So the Sailors are going to punt this away. Not what you want to see here. 10:28 left to go, first half action. The punt is going to go straight up in the air. It almost looked like it might have gotten blocked or something, and it takes a Palisade bounce the other way. Wow. I don't know if I've seen a punt bounce like that, Mike. I mean, it bounced about 10 yards back towards him.
It's tough when, it just seems like when the wheels come off. Football is such a game of momentum.
Sure.
As you well know. And when the momentum shifts to your opponent, it's like even the bounce of the ball goes the wrong way. That thing bounced back about 20 yards.
That was crazy. Yes, the punt landed at about the 40, and it rolled all the way to the 35 in favor of Palisade. They're going to start this drive inside the Sailors' territory, just inside the 40-yard line. So here we go. Palisade Bulldogs, Branson, Springer, and company back out here working. They've got one receiver to the left, single receiver to the right, couple of guys in the backfield. It's going to be a motion, and Springer drops back. Springer's got a man wide open. Springer had him for 6, and he just overthrew the receiver. The Sailors' defense was sleeping on that play.
Boy, number 13, is it?
Yeah, that's Carter
for
Hayward.
Palisade. He did a stutter step at the line of scrimmage and left the Sailor defenders standing there. He got down the sideline. I would say, if anything, right now, the only Achilles heel that Palisades has demonstrated is maybe a little bit of a lack of accuracy on the behalf of the quarterback. But
second down and 10
that might have been a case of him thinking he was just too open.
Second down and 10 now for the Palisade Bulldogs. This time they bring the receivers in. Nobody out wide. They're going to pitch this one out, and never mind, it's a keeper. That one faked me out. They keep the ball, go about 10 yards, and get the first down. Wow, that was a really well-done play.
Yeah, it was, because number 7 was following number 13 like he was a lead blocker to the outside. Palisade does a good job of shielding the football.
I would have bid on that if I was a linebacker out there for the Sailors. That was a textbook fake that Palisade just ran. Brings up third down. They didn't quite get the first down. They didn't give it to him, so third down and short here. Once again, Mike, another opportunity, though, for the Sailors if they can get back there. So Palisade on third down, under center. Everybody in tight in that jumbo formation that they like to run. It's going to be Springer. Puts a man in motion. Springer keeps it. And he finds an angle, breaks it out to the left. Sailors can't set the edge. Springer gets open. Springer to the goal line. And Springer is down at the 1-yard line.
I got to say, some of the Sailor defenders were just completely flat-footed on the outside.
Multiple opportunities.
I mean, just standing there, more watching them, like reacting to the play too late instead of enacting on their own. Yeah, just caught flat-footed.
The cornerbacks for this Sailors team. That's a tough thing, Mike. I played cornerback. You have to be able to make that tackle. You have to go and meet those guys at the line of scrimmage. Not every DB can do that. Here we go, Palisade at the goal line, looking to make this a 3-score game here in the second quarter at Gardner Field. It's Branson Springer under center. He fumbled it, lost the ball for a moment. The Sailors are there, and they stop him at the goal line for a minute. Are they going to give him the touchdown?
They did. He just grounded
I haven't seen a signal from this referee yet. I have not seen any signals. Crowd is holding their breath. Players are coming on and off the field. Did they? They are giving it to him now. Okay, they are giving him the touchdown. So.
Even after the fumble. Tough break.
Yeah, Branson Springer fumbled that ball on the goal line, picked it up, and ran it in himself. And a whistle's going to be called here.
Yeah, that's encroachment on the defense.
On the extra point. So 20-0 your score. 8:37 left to go here in this first half of action. Special thanks to our sponsors here on this Sailors football broadcast. Dodson Payment Solutions, bringing local point-of-sale payment solutions, loyalty programs, gift cards, and more to your business. Learn more at DodsonPOS.com. Steamboat Ace, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more. Knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products located west of Steamboat. Extra point is up and through for the Palisade Bulldogs, makes it a 21-0 game here at Gardner Field.
That's just a tough break for the Sailors. Again, going back to the punt, but again, 3 and out on their 2 offensive possessions. And the second one wasn't even so much 3 and out. It was 3 and getting pushed backwards. Set up a tough spot for the punter. And it wasn't that bad of a punt. It was, it was a decent punt.
It was a high school punt,
yeah,
sure.
It was, sure. But that bounce it took set up Palisade on the Sailors' 35-yard line. That's a tough assignment, especially when the defense has been on the field. What do we got? Maybe 3.5, so 15.5 minutes of football, and at least 14 of that, it would seem, has been the Sailors' defensive unit out there.
Sailors down big here early. Do you expect them to continue to try to throw this ball?
That's what's tough. Their strength is their running
right.
is Krupp and Beaver. But when you're down 21-0, if Krupp doesn't break one for 70 yards, you're going to have to air it out.
So the Sailors get set to return another kickoff here. 8:37 left to go under the lights at Gardner Field. First half action here on 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. Sailors going to pick this up about the 15 and run the wrong way. It's going to be fumbled. Palisades on top of it.
Out of bounds.
They're saying it might have went out of bounds first, but it was a fumble on the kickoff return. And they are going to say this will remain with the Sailors. So what a huge break there. What a huge break there.
A lucky break. The fumble went out of bounds.
That was Weston Worley fumbling that ball.
But they're still setting up. They're still setting up on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, deep in their own territory here. The Sailors
10-12-yard line, deep in their own territory.
This is a good time to see what Eli Beaver might have in the tank. Deep inside your own 20. Sailors going to start this off from about the 12. It'll be first down for Cobb and company. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right, a couple of running backs in the backfield with him. Cobb in the gun. Hands it off to his running back up the middle for a short gain, and still continuing to churn. Is that Krupp or is that Beaver?
Oh,
man.
Somebody who's not giving
Pushing
up.
the pile there. The Sailors with a short gain.
That's Eli.
That's Eli Beaver.
That's Eli. That kid does not quit.
Yeah, continue to feed him as that goes for about 6. Brings up second down and 4 here.
Number 30, Beaver, man. He's got a motor. He gets going out there. He's a football player, that kid is, and that's what the Sailors need is some kind of spark.
Got to play with some urgency here. Sailors down 21-0, 7:46 left to go. Second quarter action. Here we go. Tanner Cobb again in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers out to his right. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield. Cobb gets the snap. Cobb hands it off to Beaver. Beaver finds a hole, and Beaver's going to churn once more and pick up the first down.
And he did, and that was a really nice job. Number 70, Phil Harper, really doing a good job on the lead block, as well as number 77, Cannon Wilson. But, Lo, if you look, right now the entire Palisade defense, that last play in particular, was no more than 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. They are not respecting the passing game.
Not at all.
At all.
So here we go. Cobb with 2 receivers out to his left. He's in the shotgun. Cobb's going to fake this to Beaver. Gives it to him. Beaver trying to get to the outside. Nothing doing there. No gain. Brings up second down.
Second and long.
Yeah, 2nd and 9.
And that's what the Sailors have to avoid. Now nothing wrong in that play. Sometimes you got to give credit to the defense, particularly when it's Palisade's defense.
Sure.
These guys don't miss a tackle.
So here we go, 2nd down and 9. The Sailors looking to get some momentum here on offense. Single receiver out to the left for Cobb. He's got 2 to the right. Single running back in the backfield with him. Cobb in the shotgun. Cobb fakes this one to Krupp, looks across and finds his receiver on the slant route, and that's what you want to see right there. Cobb with his first completion of the game goes for about 20.
And that was beautiful. That was to number 5, Abbott Gotro, who's got a lot of family listening to the game across the country. They're stalwart fans, and that's what you got to do when you have man-to-man coverage and the strong and free safety are playing like linebackers, and you got Gotro and Vanderbosch man-to-man. You got to find them down the field.
Gotro out wide again for this Sailors team. Single running back in the backfield with Cobb. He's in the shotgun. Gives it off to Krupp. Krupp finds a gap. Krupp gets to the next level, and Krupp's going to be brought down after a gain of about 10. Picks up another first down.
And this is what we wanted to see. The Sailors offense settling down a little bit. You know, they don't. It's like the first 2 drives they were awestruck by Palisade. Get over it. These are kids just like you. They're just same age, same grade. Get over it.
Absolutely. That's a great point. I think sometimes you get a little nervous going into these games like this. Sailors trying to find a foothold now. Here we go. Cobb, he's got twins out to his left. Single running back in the backfield. Cobb in the shotgun. Finds Krupp up the middle. Krupp's going to find another hole. Nothing going there as he gets blasted for maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, number 20 for Palisade got penetration, wrapped Krupp up from behind, brought him down basically at the line of scrimmage. But I'm seeing what you just touched on. You got Vanderbosch, number 3, and number 5, Gotro, with man-to-man coverage and no backup downfield. You got to take advantage of that.
Already have seen a couple of shots here from Tanner Cobb. This time he's going to have trips out to his left. So you got 3 receivers out to the left, nobody out to the right. Bunch formation. Cobb in the shotgun. He's got Krupp in the backfield with him. Here goes Tanner Cobb. Fakes it to Krupp, and Krupp gets it. Man, I was thinking they were going to throw the ball there, Mike.
And number 23 coming through again. We got the blitz. The inside linebackers for Palisade are blitzing. Our line is already, their hands are full with the defensive line of Palisade. So we get a linebacker blitzing in, looking for Krupp, wrapping him down from behind. Back-to-back plays for a loss. As a result, 3rd and long.
3rd down and long. Huge play here for the Sailors offense. Tanner Cobb in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to his left. Krupp in the backfield. Cobb's going to drop back. Cobb looks to his left. Cobb's got a man in the flat, and that's going to be Cohen Vanderbosch getting close to the line. It'll be interesting to see if he...
Gotro again.
Gotro again making a play. Yeah, him and Vanderbosch, number 3 and number 5. The 2 quick receivers wasn't quite enough to get beyond the sticks. Mike brings up 4th down. Big play here.
Big play because the Sailors obviously have to go for it with 3:50 left to go in the first half. Down 21-0. They got to keep the momentum flowing.
Abbott Gotro with a couple of big catches on this drive. Let's see if they go his direction again. This time, 2 receivers out to the right. Cobb's going to be in the gun. 4th down play for the Sailors offense, and they get him to draw off sides.
That's huge.
Tanner Cobb with a little cadence penalty there. Gets the Palisade
That's as good as anything. We'll take it.
Absolutely.
Keep the drive alive.
You know, I told you at the beginning of this game, Mike, Palisade is one of the most disciplined teams in this league. They very rarely jump off sides. They very rarely get any penalties at all. That is impressive. Tanner Cobb getting them to bite on that one. 1st down for the Sailors now opens up the playbook. Cobb in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to his right. 1st down play. He's going to give this one to Krupp. Krupp up the middle and a good gain there. Krupp falls forward for about 8.
And Krupp's doing a great job. When he gets past the line of scrimmage, he's picking up good yardage. But again, the man-to-man tackling, Krupp's made his living's been made off getting into the linebacker defensive back zone and making them miss. And Palisade doesn't miss many tackles.
Thomas Krupp and Eli Beaver, the 1-2 punch for this Sailors backfield. Tanner Cobb, the up-and-coming quarterback, putting together a nice season. Cobb in the shotgun. It's second down and short. He's got bunch formation, wide receivers to his right, single receiver out to his left, puts Vanderbosch in motion. Cohen Vanderbosch is going to get a pitch, and he's going to be brought down with a big hit from that Palisade linebackers.
Again, Cohen gets to the outside. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down, and the single hit brought him down.
Cohen Vanderbosch, explosive player. Can't get anything going here so far early. 2 minutes left to go, first half action. Live here at Gardner Field. The Sailors trying to pick up another first down.
Sailors offense has got to hope Vanderbosch is going to break one.
Nobody out wide for the Sailors here. They're going to run this up the middle on third down and short, and they are going to pick up the first down, so they move the sticks once more.
I believe that was a direct snap to Krupp, if I'm not mistaken.
Wildcat formation it was. Good call. So clock continuing to run here. Sailors have to play with a little bit of urgency. 90 seconds left to go here, first half action. You got some timeouts, but you definitely want to get to the end zone here. Get some points on the board. Sailors trailing 21-0.
You know, you're absolutely right. With a minute and a half to go in the first, Sailors down 21-0. If they can score here and go into the locker room with some confidence,
you feel like
and
it's
some
a game.
Momentum, yeah, it is a game.
Absolutely. Sailors have to have a little bit of urgency. If you're going to run the ball, you got to make sure you get up. You might have to spike it here, but if you're Tanner Cobb and company, you have to be very cognizant of this clock, as it looks like we've got an injured player on the field right now. Are we measuring? They're measuring. Excuse me. They are measuring this first down. It was the direct snap to Krupp, and the referees were discussing this whole time.
I thought he had the first down easy.
Are they bringing out a note card?
I think they are. I think they are. I think it's going to literally bring up fourth down
in inches.
And yes, if not an inch.
This is crazy. They are bringing out the sticks to measure this first down, and we are awaiting on the referees to make a call here. It's either going to be first down or it's going to be fourth and short.
It's fourth and short.
And it is fourth and inches. I mean, you might as well just run the same play again if you are the Sailors. So all of a sudden now you're fourth down in inches with 90 seconds to go.
Oh, in the shotgun. Oh.
And you're in the shotgun. This is very interesting for this Sailors offense. Here we go. Tanner Cobb. He's got Gotro out to the left. Single receiver. Now Cobb's going to go under center and snap this ball quickly. Cobb on the quarterback sneak. Can he get there? His linemen are pushing him. Palisade did a good job not letting him through, and this is going to be really close.
This is 100% going to come down to where the referee places it.
Or if the referee's wearing his glasses tonight. This is a close call here, fourth down and short. Referees go out to convene once more, having a meeting at the 30-yard line as the Sailors await.
I think based on the body language coming from the Bulldog defense,
I think it
looks like the Sailors got it.
Yes. And you can hear the crowd pop there in the background as they will give this first down. Oh, never mind. They're bringing out the chains once more. Got to double check here, Mike. They are bringing out the chains again to measure. I mean, man, if this was a NFL production, you would have all sorts of camera angles here. You'd be zooming in on the football. I mean, they are looking at this spot like a microscope.
They gave it
and they give it to Palisade. All of that, all the teasing of the home crowd to give that to Palisade, you have got to be kidding me.
That was terrible.
That's terrible. 2 times in a row they make this Steamboat crowd wait. Unbelievable. Palisade with a stop on fourth down.
It comes down to the referee's placement there. I thought he had it easy.
I thought he had it on both.
I thought Krupp had it the first time, yeah.
Wow, so the Palisade Bulldogs are going to take over here with 1 minute and 22 seconds left to go in the first half. Palisade working from their own 25. They'll have an opportunity here to put some more points on the board. It is Branson Springer. Good game from the quarterback so far. Throwing that ball on the run. Finds a receiver. He gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock for a gain of about 10, picks up a first down.
And that was textbook what you want to do. If you're Palisade with 1:16 left, you run a square out for 8 yards, 9 yards, pick up 9 yards and get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yes.
Palisade's not taking their foot off the gas here.
No, and this is where you're going to see Branson Springer really start to operate in this 2-minute offense. We're going to see a timeout here, maybe? No. Referees blowing the whistle, and they're talking about the spot. Once again, they're talking about the spot, Mike. This is bad. They are talking about the spot, and they are giving the first down to Palisade late. They are giving it to them
without
late.
even measuring.
That's insane. I've never seen anything like that. We were lined up for second and short, and the refs came out there and gave it to Palisade before the snap happened. I've never seen anything like that, man. That's bad business from these referees.
Now that... Come on, you got to throw a flag on that.
Wow. The fans right now are calling for an intentional grounding call.
It's got to be.
As Springer was not outside of the tackle box, the refs are going to convene again.
That was terrible.
Yeah, this is bad. I mean,
that was a terrible missed call.
Listen,
terrible.
I'm all for talking about things, and I'm all for, having a meeting at the middle of the field, but to move the chains 5 seconds before the ball is snapped, that's JV, man.
That's a good way to put it.
Here we go now. It's going to be Springer rolling out again, and he finds a receiver in the middle of the field, and that's going to be a pickup of about 15. Miles Huddle on the catch there. First down for Palisade. Clock is going to run.
And that was disappointing on the referees. And I'll say this much. That play was as much intentional grounding as anything you'll ever see. He threw the ball away, not near any receiver, to avoid the sack.
I mean,
that's textbook of what it is.
Seriously, Mike, anybody who knows the rules of intentional grounding, anybody who knows that you have to be out of the tackle box would tell you exactly what you just said. That was textbook intentional grounding. And
it's tough break for the Sailors, which is the last thing they need. They're trying to fight. These kids are fighting their butts off to stay in this game. And the referee performance in the last few minutes was, as you put it, JV, to say the least.
And listen, I know Harvey gets on you sometimes about going after the refs. I try to stay out of it as much as I can, but this is blatant. I mean, they literally ran onto the field right before Palisade snapped the ball on second down and moved the sticks. I've never seen that before. Bad business here from these referees here early.
And why no measurement? If it was that close, where it originally was marked as second down, why no measurement?
They take 5 minutes on the Steamboat drive to go measure it twice, and they're not going to do the same thing for Palisade. I don't get it, man. So here we go. 1 minute to play here. First half action. Palisade leading 21-0 at Gardner Field. It's going to be Branson Springer under center. Springer's going to keep this one and drop back. Springer looking deep. He's got a wide receiver wide open, and that is going to be a touchdown. 40-yard bomb goes for 6. Sailors caught sleeping in the back of the end zone.
That receiver got behind the defensive backs, and that was all over.
I mean, that was as wide open as you will see. Palisade's going to be up 27-0 pending the extra point. And a really
disappointing turn of events, starting with that 4th and short for the Sailors.
I mean, just a devastating feeling if you're the Sailors. You got to be upset if you're...
Because they're a better team than
if you're head coach Scott Prismus, man, I'd be going out having some words with these Zebras, man. I mean, that was ridiculous. Everything that we just saw that transpired over the last 5 or so minutes was just bad. Awful.
And I hate to say, because even the fans right in front of us were losing their minds.
Yeah.
This is their friends, their sons, their neighbors, whatever out here, and they're fighting their butts off. And those calls were questionable, to say the least. It was really a shoddy performance there. And it's the last thing the Sailors needed. They're a better team than this. And it's been like a couple mistakes, couple missed assignments, some tough breaks.
Bunch of measurements.
For the Sailors.
It's like the referees need to go to Mountain Eye Works, helping you and the refs see better for all your eye care needs in Central Park Plaza and online at mountainEyeWorks.com. Thanks to Steamboat Roofing. For all your roofing needs, go to SteamboatRoofing.com, helping the Sailors raise the roof after every victory. And One Off Auto Center, formerly Doc's Auto, same great service, same place for all your automotive repair needs on Copper Ridge Drive. So here we go. The Sailors going to have one more opportunity. 47 seconds left in the first half. Offense is going to trot out there. We saw Tanner Cobb getting his arm warmed up on the last drive. Really, the Sailors were putting together a fantastic drive on that last set, Mike. I mean, they were running the ball well. They were throwing the ball well. We had Abbott Gotro have a couple of big catches. We saw Eli Beaver break a couple of big runs, and it all gets stymied by the referees. We'll see if the Sailors can bounce back here. 47 seconds left on the clock.
And they have to stretch the field. They got, typically you don't want to turn the ball over here and give Palisade more momentum, but you got to stretch the field.
Cobb drops back. Cobb steps up in the pocket, has a receiver down the field, and it's just a little short.
Going for, I think, number 81, Lucas Krupp.
Ball had some velocity on it. Love to see that from Tanner Cobb.
And a really nice job from Cobb to step up into the pocket, avoid the rush, and get the ball off.
Brings up second down now. Clock will stop. 6 seconds ran off. 41 now.
And that's one of the worries here, right?
Sure.
Because you stop the clock if you have an incomplete. You put the ball in the air.
For sure.
It's dangerous.
Listen, if Abbott Gotro or Cohen Vanderbosch catches a ball here, they have to be wary of the clock. They have to get up in a hurry and get back to the line of scrimmage. Here we go. Cobb, empty backfield. He's got two receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Sailors can't pick up the blitz. They're going to let it go through. It's a screen pass to Thomas Krupp, and Krupp is going to have a gain of about 9. So a well-designed play there, Mike. I don't know if that really goes hand in hand with preserving clock, though, like we were saying.
Yeah, but it got them out of the shadow of their goalpost, and brings up third. And we've seen this now, third and very short. They got to stretch the field. 32 and a half seconds left.
Timeout here from the Sailors.
Down 28-0.
Special thanks to Ellens and Strom, attorneys at law. When life gives you a technical foul or a bad measurement in this case, Ellens and Strom, attorneys at law, has your back. Criminal, civil, estate planning, real estate, business, and more. Go to ellensandstrom.com.
Did you say criminal?
Mountain Mattress and Furniture, helping you and the Sailors get a good night's sleep. Come in for a test snap today, Loggers Lane. All right, so here we go. 32 seconds here at Gardner Field. Scott Prismus and company having a little timeout as he tries to get his team fired up. Let's see what the Sailors do here. Coming out of this timeout, we've seen Abbott Gotro get involved. We've seen them try to get Cohen Vanderbosch involved a little bit. Would like to see him maybe have an explosive play here. Tanner Cobb and company trot back out there. 32 seconds on the clock. Sailors trail 28-0. It's Cobb in the shotgun. Cobb's going to roll out to his right. Sailors can't pick up the blitz, and Cobb just has to throw it away. Palisade was there in a hurry.
That was awfully close to a late hit on the quarterback. Cobb got rid of that, and he was pile driven by two of the Palisade defenders.
So that brings up fourth down now, right? Fourth down and very short.
We've seen this bad story before.
Yes, we have seen this a few times now, and it'll bring up 4th and inches. Once again, the Sailors just about at the 45-yard line. Call it the 42. And we've seen this formation, too. It's going to be Cobb in the shotgun with trips out to his left. Single receiver to the right and one man in the backfield. Cobb steps up in the pocket, takes it himself, and he
got the first down.
Yeah, he picked up the first down. Clock stops with 24 seconds to go. First down for the Sailors. I mean,
and you can hear the fans going, "Why aren't you measuring? Why aren't you measuring?"
Clock's running. I don't know what we're doing here. The clock is running.
And they just lost. I mean, they just lost.
That was 6 seconds, just like that.
And 6 to 10 seconds.
I mean, I've been saying it, Mike. I said you have to be wary about this clock, and Sailors didn't seem like they were paying attention there. So 16 seconds. There was 24 seconds. Now 16 seconds on the clock as the Sailors do get a timeout off.
And you have a timeout.
Yeah.
You have to use it. You have to use it. You need every second.
Whether it is Cobb or whether it is Prismus, those guys have to be working together here. The quarterback and the head coach. They've got to be like one. One of you guys has to get that timeout off before 10 seconds runs off. Little things, Mike. It's the little things that make the difference. Palisade, on the other hand, you look at everything they've done. I'm not trying to give them too much credit here, but aside from the one, offsides penalty, they've been pretty much
textbook.
Yeah,
they have.
So here we go. Sailors coming back out there onto the field. The offense looking to get anything going here as we run with 16 seconds left to go. Sailors trailing 28-0. Cobb in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers out to his left. Let's see if he throws this one deep. Cobb's going to drop back. Cobb looks to his left. He's got a man.
Out.
That is Cohen Vanderbosch, and Vanderbosch is going to stay on his feet. Clock runs, and this time they get the timeout off. 9 seconds remain. Sailors trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to get to the out. You got to get to the sideline. Save that timeout. You got 9 seconds. Really, you have time for one play.
And the referee's having a discussion. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, Mike, because the clock did not run, and the Sailors did not call a timeout. So I don't know why it stopped, but the referees obviously saw the same thing, and now we're having some discussions here at midfield. Some confusion at Gardner Field here tonight. And finally, the referees come to a decision, and the clock will all of a sudden start. I mean, the clock just starts as the refs blow the whistle, and it's going to hit zeros. Cobb's going to take a sack, and once again, Mike, this Sailors offense got absolutely screwed by the referees. We've got some pushing and shoving. Looks like a Sailor lineman took off his helmet. Flags fly. This is a mess.
Well, he was getting held viciously. Number 77 for the Sailors, Cannon Wilson, was getting literally hogtied, and the big man just lost his temper.
Yeah, he's upset coming off the field.
Hey, Sailors!
And, okay, so... I mean, I just don't get this at all because the refs convene, right? The clock was stopped at 9 seconds. The refs convene, and then they just all of a sudden start it once the Sailors are lined up. I mean, just poor management here. Sailors got screwed on that. They should have had one more play. And that's what Coach Prismus is saying to the refs right now. He's saying, how the hell did this run all the way to zeros? Refs trying to explain it to him. And I believe this will take us to halftime. I mean, this is going to take us to halftime. Palisade is heading to the locker room. The Sailors are still out there on the field having discussions. They don't know what's going on.
That is...
And finally, the Sailors are going to have to gather themselves. Frustration is boiling over.
That is a fact. That is one angry, frustrated team.
Prismus can't believe it. The linemen can't believe it. Cobb can't believe it. And the Sailors are going to walk into this halftime locker room feeling like they got the short end of the stick here, Mike.
They really did. The game was manageable until about 5 minutes left to go in the second, and then the wheels came off. And, the Sailors offense was picking up some good plays, getting some good yardage. It was just tough to see how the wheels came off. The third and fourth down in inches play, and
let me just say, Palisade ran off the field here. Sailors are still having some discussions as they head slowly off of Gardner Field here. They are upset.
They're frustrated and they're pissed off.
Yeah, still having some words with the referees. The Sailors taking their time getting into the locker room as they should.
One of the Sailor coaches is just about at the 25-yard line. He's still grilling the referee.
Yeah,
really wanting to know what was that all about.
I mean, the entire final 5 minutes, the refs are trying to say that the clock was running. I mean, we have discussions still going on right now at midfield. Both of the teams now are completely off of Gardner Field, and the Sailors are going to head into the locker room down 28-0. I don't know, Mike. A lot of things you got to fix here. Not only if you're the Sailors, but if you're the referees as well. This is 105.7 97.7 KTYV. We're going to take a quick break here for halftime, but we will be back on the other side. Stay tuned, folks. We've got an interesting game, to say the least. Interesting game here at Gardner Field. For Mike Deemer, I'm Lowen Epstein. We'll be back in just a few minutes. This is Sailors football.
Steamboat Sailors football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by our friends at Yampa Valley Bank, Builders First Source, the Steamboat Roofing Company, Mountain West Insurance, Ellington Strom Attorneys at Law, Mountain Eyeworks, Johnny B. Good's Diner, One Off Auto Center, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Dotson's Payment Solution, the Paoli Group, Steamboat Ace Hardware, and the all-new Steamboat Motors. Steamboat Sailors football on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
Hey, this is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company, and we love to sponsor all things Steamboat. As a company, we like to get families and student-athletes outside to enjoy all that Steamboat has to offer. Steamboat Roofing Company is proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors sports broadcast.
Steamboat Roofing Company, proudly working in and giving back to Steamboat's outdoor community. Ski bike, run, roof, Steamboat.
To schedule a roof estimate, please visit us at steamboatroofing.com. Again, that's steamboatroofing.com.
This is Matt with Steamboat Roofing Company. We're proud Sailors sports sponsors.
See you out there.
Hey, I'm Brian Ripley.
And I'm Justin Reed.
We are with the Paoli Group. The Paoli Group has made the strategic move to join forces with the agency.
We are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailor Sports.
As a high school coach and a member of the Paoli Group, our team is dedicated to serving the community and finding ways to give back.
Just like a Steamboat Sailor, we value teamwork, integrity, and character.
For all your real estate needs, find us at thepaoligroup.com. Let's go Sailors!
Johnny B. Good's Diner loves supporting Sailor sports. Our team dinners are a great way to get Sailors pumped for a win. Come on down to the diner. We're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Check out our great fall specials. Monday through Friday, enjoy a juicy burger with Cook's Choice of toppings and your choice of side, $11.99.
2 for Tuesdays gets you 2-for-1 drinks with the purchase of a meal. And the early bird breakfast from 8 to 9:30 a.m. Now it's a choice of 4 different omelets with hash browns for $10. Johnny B. Good's Diner, 738 Lincoln, downtown Steamboat Springs.
Hi, I'm PJ Wharton, president of Yampa Valley Bank, and I want you to know how proud we are to sponsor this Steamboat Sailor sports broadcast on KTYV Sports on the FM. Steamboat Sailor fans are the best, and we support our sailors on the turf, the court, the pitch, and even the track. If you can't be there to cheer our sailors on in person, Yampa Valley Bank is thrilled to provide this broadcast just for you. Go Steamboat! Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is Lucas Krupp, and I play tight end and outside linebacker. This is my 5th year playing football. My personal goal is to play hard and just get better every day. And as a team, I hope we beat Craig and make the playoffs. I also play basketball, and I love being outside, snowboarding and fishing. My favorite subject in school is history because I find it really interesting. This summer, I hung out with my friends and family a lot and played a lot of sports. After I graduate, I hope to go to college. My favorite movie is The Dark Knight because I love Batman. I'm Lucas Krupp, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Jason here with One Off Auto Center with your car tip of the day. When was the last time that four-wheel drive switch on the dash was pushed? Don't wait for the first big snow to find out your four-wheel drive isn't working. Engage that four-wheel drive button periodically to make sure all is in working order and lubricated. We know what's coming soon, and that four-wheel drive will be needed. That's your car tip of the day from One Off Auto Center. Easy to find at 2565 Copper Ridge Drive. Book online at oneoffautocenter.com. One Off Auto Center.
We go the extra mile.
Dotson Payment Solutions are proud to sponsor Steamboat Sailors broadcast on KTYV Sports on FM. Hi, this is Zach from Dotson Payment Solutions. Are you running a local business and tired of paying too much for credit card processing and not getting the local technical support you need? Join our team today at DotsonPOS.com. That's DOTSONPOS.com. Dotson Payment Solutions is a home team for point of sale, payment solutions, loyalty programs, gift cards, and more, and a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors, your home team.
This fall, bring fresh color home with Steamboat Ace Hardware, the great paint store inside your hardware store. From bold front doors to warm, cozy living rooms, we've got top brands like Benjamin Moore and Clark & Kensington, plus expert advice to match. All the tools, all the color, all in one stop. Steamboat Ace Hardware, your local place for paint this fall. Steamboat Ace is the place with the helpful paint folks.
This is Todd Ellens with the Law Office of Ellens & Strom. We are proud to support the Steamboat Sailors. Hard work and persistence are the key ingredients to succeeding in sports and in the courtroom. At Ellens & Strom, we have attorneys that handle nearly all types of legal matters. Contact us at ellensstrom.com to schedule a meeting with a lawyer today. That's ELENZSTROM.com. The Law Office of Ellens & Strom, a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
My name is Luke Jordan. I play wide receiver and safety. I've played football for 5 years now. My goal is to score my first varsity touchdown this season and for our team to make playoffs. I like to ski. My favorite subject in school is business. And I went to Florida this summer and saw my family. And after I graduate, I want to go to college and travel the world. And my favorite movie is Ratatouille. I am Luke Jordan. I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Hi, this is Jimmy from Builders First Source, now in 2 locations here in Steamboat Springs. And we're proud to support Steamboat Sailor Sports on KTYV Sports on FM. At Builders First Source, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School Sports. Builders First Source, now with 2 locations, east of downtown Steamboat on Pine Grove Road and west of town on 13th Street. Good luck to all the high school teams across the Yampa Valley.
This is Todd Ellens with the Law Office of Ellens & Strom. We are proud to support the Steamboat Sailors. Hard work and persistence are the key ingredients to succeeding in sports and in the courtroom. At Ellens & Strom, we have attorneys that handle nearly all types of legal matters. Contact us at ellensstrom.com to schedule a meeting with a lawyer today. That's ELENZSTROM.com. The Law Office of Ellens & Strom, a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors.
Charlie here from Mountain Mattress and Furniture, a proud sponsor of Steamboat Springs High School sports broadcast. Whether you are participating, watching, or listening, a good night's sleep is important to good health. With Mountain Mattress Best Price Guarantee, you'll get the lowest price on all the best brands in the country. We have the largest selection of mattresses in Northwest Colorado, and our family strives to offer the best service in the valley. Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane.
Mountain Mattress is the place when you need to rest your face. Put our mattresses to the test, and you will see we're the best.
Jason here with One Off Auto Center with your car tip of the day. When was the last time that 4-wheel drive switch on the dash was pushed? Don't wait for the first big snow to find out your 4-wheel drive isn't working. Engage that 4-wheel drive button periodically to make sure all is in working order and lubricated. We know what's coming soon, and that 4-wheel drive will be needed. That's your car tip of the day from One Off Auto Center. Easy to find at 2565 Copper Ridge Drive. Book online at oneoffautocenter.com. One Off Auto Center.
We go the extra mile.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
I'm Sean Struble. My number is 56, and I play outside linebacker. I've been playing football for 4 years now. Some of our team's goals this year is to beat Craig and make it to the playoffs, and some of my personal goals are to not get injured this season at all. Some other sports I'm interested in are lacrosse, and I used to play baseball and basketball, but since I got into high school, I've stopped those. Favorite subject in school would probably be writing, just because I'm good at it. And this summer, I didn't really do much but hang out with my friends, worked a little bit, also got a different job. After I graduate high school, I would like to hopefully go to trade school, but I'm still not 100% sure. My favorite movie is Happy Gilmore, probably, because it's funny, and I'm Sean Struble, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Hi, this is Jimmy from Builders First Source, now in 2 locations here in Steamboat Springs. And we're proud to support Steamboat Sailor Sports on KTYV Sports on FM. At Builders First Source, we foster and encourage teamwork, and we know that athletics builds that strong sense of team and working for the greater good, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailors High School Sports. Builders First Source, now with 2 locations, east of downtown Steamboat on Pine Grove Road and west of town on 13th Street. Good luck to all the high school teams across the Yampa Valley.
This is Todd Ellens with the Law Office of Ellens & Strom. We are proud to support the Steamboat Sailors. Hard work and persistence are the key ingredients to succeeding in sports and in the courtroom. At Ellens & Strom, we have attorneys that handle nearly all types of legal matters. Contact us at ellensstrom.com to schedule a meeting with a lawyer today. That's ELENZSTROM.com. The Law Office of Ellens & Strom, a proud supporter of the Steamboat Sailors.
Charlie here from Mountain Mattress and Furniture, a proud sponsor of Steamboat Springs High School sports broadcast. Whether you are participating, watching, or listening, a good night's sleep is important to good health. With Mountain Mattress Best Price Guarantee, you'll get the lowest price on all the best brands in the country. We have the largest selection of mattresses in Northwest Colorado, and our family strives to offer the best service in the valley. Mountain Mattress and Furniture on Loggers Lane.
Mountain Mattress is a place when you need to rest your face. Put our mattresses to the test, and you will see we're the best.
Jason here with One Off Auto Center with your car tip of the day. When was the last time that 4-wheel drive switch on the dash was pushed? Don't wait for the first big snow to find out your 4-wheel drive isn't working. Engage that 4-wheel drive button periodically to make sure all is in working order and lubricated. We know what's coming soon, and that 4-wheel drive will be needed. That's your car tip of the day from One Off Auto Center. Easy to find at 2565 Copper Ridge Drive. Book online at oneoffautocenter.com. One Off Auto Center.
We go the extra mile.
Time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
I'm Kersey Zeus, and I play wide receiver and safety. I've been playing football for 4 years, and our team goal for the season is to beat Craig and make the playoffs, and I'm hoping I get some touches on the ball and hopefully get a pick. Some other sports I play are track, and I might wrestle. My favorite subject in school is math because I'm good at it. This summer, I went and visited family in Chicago, and after I graduate, I'm planning to go to college and travel, and my favorite movie is Fight Club because it's a great movie. I am Kersey Zeus, and I'm proud to be a Steamboat Sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight. Brought to you by Steamboat Motors, West Steamboat, Highway 40, on 105.7 KTYV. Sports on FM.
Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by our friends at Yampa Valley Bank, Builders First Source, the Steamboat Roofing Company, Mountain West Insurance, Ellens & Strom Attorneys at Law, Mountain Ironworks, Johnny B. Good's Diner, One Off Auto Center, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Dotson Payment Solutions, the Paoli Group, Steamboat Ace Hardware, and the all-new Steamboat Motors. Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
Now let's go to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Football.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steamboat Sailors football second half action. Live from Gardner Field, 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. You are tuned all the way across your FM radio dial. I'm Lowen Epstein in the booth here with the great Mike Deemer. How are you, Mike?
This has been fun. Having you call the game, I'm enjoying this. This is fun. It's been a tough game. Almost everything that could go wrong for the Sailors legitimately has, and it's been almost to the nth degree, if you know what I mean. Like some calls against them. You and I were discussing it, during the halftime break. You got fourth and literally an inch, like literally the referee holding an inch.
An index card.
Yeah, and they run a quarterback sneak, and you don't give it to him. I mean, he pushed. I
don't know how the refs decide that they didn't get 1 inch, but
yeah, like where they placed the ball, how they came up with that, and a few other things. That everything added up to find your Sailors down 28-0. One of them that's really still puzzling to me, and I had one of the fans when I went down at the half. He was like, "What is intentional grounding?" And I said, literally exactly what you saw. The quarterback evading being sacked by throwing the ball to an open field where there are no receivers is intentional grounding. And for that not to be called in front of all the referees was shocking, to say the least. Now, that being said, the Sailors are not in a 28-0 hole because of the referees. They've made a few mistakes. They got to come alive, but it can be done in football. Heck, there ain't no pro football fan who didn't see the Broncos come back on Sunday from a 26-0 deficit to the Giants.
33 points in the fourth quarter. The Sailors might be looking to do something similar as they find themselves in a 28-0 hole right now against the Palisade Bulldogs. You do have to give credit to Palisade. This is a very well-coached team. Joe Romano, the legendary Steamboat Sailor, went on to play for the Wyoming Cowboys, went on to play for the 85 Bears, the head coach of this Palisade team, doing a heck of a job there. He's got those boys dialed in.
Yeah, they're a professional-looking organization over there. You know what I mean? Every one of them. The D-backs, they know their assignment. The line is just killing it. I was watching one of the Palisade Bulldogs, number 53, Todd Nordenson, defensive end and tight end, who's ringing the bell at 6'7", 220 pounds.
Yeah, I have him start on mine. If you go and look at any of the stats, Todd Nordenson is leading this defense in every statistical category for the Palisade Bulldogs. That kid is an absolute stud. But the Sailors have had some moments here. They've had some opportunities. I think the Sailors defense has done a good job when Palisade tries to throw the ball. Really, they've done a good job against these Palisade running backs. It has been the quarterback, Mike, the quarterback, Branson Springer, who has been torching the Sailors on the ground. A lot of these touchdowns, these rushing touchdowns that the Palisade Bulldogs have got have been from their quarterback, Springer.
And again, you hate to harp on any one play, but the one drive that the Sailors put together that was most effective and got down to 3rd and short and then 4th and an inch. And we're talking about the possibility to put points on the board, a 21-7 game as opposed to 28-0 against a Palisade team that if they don't do anything, it's run down the clock with their running game. This is a tough assignment for the Sailors, but let's see how they step up.
Here's what I will say, Mike. At the end of that first half, we saw some Sailors players getting really frustrated. We saw Sailors coaches get really frustrated. The Sailors know that this is their last home game here at Gardner Field. They know that. Don't let that be forgotten. I'm sure it was said by Coach Prismus in the locker room. I expect a very physical second half from this Sailors team. I expect them to let loose a little bit. You might even see a couple of flags here because let me tell you right now, this Sailors team is ticked off.
And you know what? That's okay.
That's okay with me.
That's okay.
So here we go, live from Gardner Field again. Mike Deemer, Lowen Epstein in the booth here, 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. A beautiful October night here tucked behind the mountains. Sailors will receive this kickoff to start the half, and they will begin this drive at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, number 4 for the Sailors, Tyler Grove on the return. And again, one thing that stands out to me the most for Palisade is their tackling. They do not miss tackles.
Surefire tackling.
Huge in high school football.
Absolutely. The Sailors, on the other hand, not so much. We've seen their cornerbacks have some struggles so far coming up and making those tackles. Palisade playing a very physical game. So here we go. The Sailors are going to be moving right to left on your radio dial, starting from about the 22-yard line. It's going to be Tanner Cobb and company out there. A couple of receivers out to his right. Cobb's going to hand this one off to Krupp. Going up the middle. Krupp finds a hole, and Krupp getting things started here for this Sailors offense. Gain of about 10.
And one other thing that's a little bit puzzling to me, at the end of the first half, the last play, one of the Sailors offensive linemen had his helmet torn off by a Palisade defender. I'm wondering why that was kind of just, kind of the end of the first half, kind of just.
Well, we also saw a bunch of flags go up during that play, Mike. Here's a run from Eli Beaver. He fumbles the ball, and that's going to be jumped on top of by the Bulldogs. That's a brutal beat for a great player.
And that was Krupp was breaking it.
Yeah, that
he
was
doing what he was that Krupp?
Yeah,
it was. It was Krupp doing what he does best, and he just got hit from behind. A couple of those tackles on Krupp from behind, he just knocked the ball loose on him.
Yeah, and Krupp's upset.
Break.
Yeah, not something you're going to see often from the surefire running back. Krupp coughs it up right around midfield. Palisade's going to take over at the 45 now, just inside Sailors territory. So here we go. Branson Springer, he's got a couple of touchdowns here on the day. He's got a receiver to his left, gives it up to his running back up the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 9. Second down and short now for Palisade.
And I hate to say it, but understanding as well, you almost see how deflated the Sailors sideline. They put together a few plays, they're marching down the field, they can get themselves back in this game. That was a tough turnover.
Yeah, you see Cobb just kind of standing by himself there on the Sailors bench, just taking a moment to gather his thoughts. Frustrating drive for the Sailors. Here comes Palisade, second and short. Palisade going to hand this ball off and finding a lane is the running back, trying to bounce it outside. Gets the first down for a gain of about 6. That is Dylan Larson.
And one thing you gotta keep in Krupp's head. Yeah, sure you fumbled, but this team wouldn't be the team it is without Thomas Krupp.
No, and I think
so. You tell him don't worry about the last play. Move forward.
Absolutely, I think he knows that. It's a tough thing, no matter what team you're on. That's the number one thing you don't want to do if you're a running back, Mike. That's
gotta have a short memory.
Gotta have a short memory, and more importantly, the next time he gets out on the field, if I'm Coach Prismus, man, I am feeding Thomas Krupp. Believe me, give it to him the next 10 times in a row. He will not do that again.
Very good call.
Here we go. First down for this Palisade Bulldogs team from the 30-yard line of the Sailors. Palisade's going to run this ball up the middle. The Sailors are there, but it's just not quick enough. Palisade picks up 10.
Nice job. Number 4 for the Sailors, Tyler Grove on the mano-a-mano tackle. But that's not what you want. You don't want the ball carrier to be so far behind the linebackers that your defensive back has to make the play.
Again, I'm going to keep mentioning it. Sean Struble out of this one tonight. I cannot stress how big of a loss that is for this Sailors defense against the team that runs the ball every other play.
Struble, senior leadership, tough kid, big hitter, tough break.
So here we go now. It's going to be another first down for Palisade. They're running it up the gut once more. Straight up the A-gap goes the Bulldogs, and the Sailors with a little preventative defense there.
Which is exactly what Palisade wants to do.
Sure,
run the ball, run the clock down.
Exactly. Clock will continue to run. 9:49 left to go. Third quarter action at Gardner Field. Palisade second down and about 5 as that carry picks up about half the yardage needed. Branson Springer and company out there. It's Nathan Umberger and Dylan Larson, the two-headed monster for the Palisade backfield. A couple of good running backs for this Bulldog team. It's Springer under center. Springer in the jumbo set. No wide receivers out wide for him. as he is going to give this one to Umberger. Umberger, no gain there as the Sailors defense swarms.
Yeah, nice job for the Sailors. Number 30, Eli Beaver, looked like number 8, Blue Wills with the assist, bringing the ball carrier down, but it's going to be third and very short.
Let me just say, Mike, in this situation, they've ran it to the running backs, Umberger and Larson now a couple of times. This is where they have the quarterback keep the ball.
Absolutely right.
Watch for Branson Springer to keep it here. This is what Palisade has been doing as they work just outside the 10-yard line of the Sailors. Springer under center. Once again, a jumbo set. He's going to give it to the running back. I thought he was going to keep it for a moment. Running back gets to the goal line. Umberger's going to push the pile, and I believe the Sailors stopped him.
They stopped him short. It's going to bring up first and goal. Stopped him just short of the goal line. Got 8.5 minutes to go in the third. Sailors down 28-0. Palisade knocking on the door.
Palisade on the goal line. Branson Springer taking a moment to gather his offense. Somebody out on the field tying their shoe as they try to get the play in. Special thanks to our sponsors here on the program. Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more. Knowledgeable service, helpful advice, and quality products located west of Steamboat. Goal line here for the Bulldogs. Sailors seeing if they can get a stop. Palisade is going to have the counter run and fumble. And was it a fumble?
Fumble.
And the Sailors come up big with a goal line stop. Good call, Mike. The fumble trickles beneath the legs of the running back, and the Sailors are there to pick it up.
Number 69, Lyle Henniger, coming up with a much-needed break for your Sailors defense. Wow. Outstanding job.
That is big, Mike. And, you know, who's to say they couldn't have done that on the other 3 or 4 goal line stands they had? You know, this Sailors defense showing some pop.
They are, and not giving up, and it's huge.
For sure, as the offense will trot back out here onto the field. You got a long ways to go, but this is a good start for the Sailors as they take it away from Palisade. The first turnover for this Sailors defense. So here we go. Krupp, who just had a fumble on the last drive, is going to get a break. Krupp up the sideline, and he is nothing but daylight in front of him. This is going to go down as a 99-yard touchdown, folks. Thomas Krupp.
Yeah! Outstanding, just like you called. Put the ball back in Krupp's hands. Talk about redemption.
That might be some sort of record. I mean, I don't know. You've been calling these games longer than me. Have you ever seen a 99-yard running touchdown?
Not one that was so important as that. I'll tell you what. Palisade knocking on the door, 28-0 lead. The Sailors defense comes up huge, strips the ball. Sailors first play from offense, a 99-yard return. Redemption for Thomas Krupp. If you're not happy for that kid, you got no heart.
I mean, that's coaching 101 right there. As soon as your star running back fumbles the ball, you give it right back to him. That's exactly what I said.
Say run for 99 yards and get us a touchdown.
And the Sailors are finally on the board here at Gardner Field with 7:40 left to go in the third quarter. Thomas Krupp's 99-yard touchdown to the house.
How about him running like a pack of wolves was on his tail, too? And they were getting so close. One of them dove at the last second and just couldn't do it.
He almost got caught right about the 50-yard line, and he got out of it. Thomas Krupp with one of the best plays you will ever see here at Gardner Field.
And I'll tell you, you know what was huge? When Krupp, you could tell the gas was running out a little bit, and he started coming across the field. Number 5 for the Sailors, Abbott Gotro, broke across to the other side and ran interference for him and took out the last possible defender. That was huge. Number 5, Gotro, not giving up on the play, not sitting back and watching the running back gallop down, staying with his head in the play, ran the interference and allowed Krupp to go 99 yards for a touchdown.
Sailors with a really interesting kick here. They were pretending to huddle up. They never got set. I didn't even know that was allowed. And now the Sailors are going to give up a pretty large kickoff return here as Palisade takes it to the 40-yard line. I don't know. I mean, that's got to be something new, Mike. Have the Sailors done that before?
No, I didn't know what they were doing. But what I did see was number 10 for the Sailors, Torrin Knapp, get hit directly from behind, literally in the numbers behind and drilled. And the Sailor coaches are losing their mind right now because
I think
it
the
was
fans saw it
literally
too.
right in front of the referee. It was that was just egregious.
I think the fans saw it too. That's what
they
hearing.
did.
And so here we go. Palisade's going to take it from the 45-yard line, right around midfield. It's going to be Springer and company. Trying to get the Sailors to jump off sides. They're going to take this one right up the middle instead for a gain of about 7.
And you know, you don't want to see anybody get hit, but number 10, Knapp, got drilled from behind. Literally a textbook block in the back.
And there was no call.
And there was no call whatsoever.
So the Sailors,
that was tough.
Looking to get another stop here on defense. 2nd down and about 4. Palisade trying to move the chains right at midfield, right at the 50-yard line. It's going to be Branson Springer with a wide receiver out to his left. One man in the backfield. Sailors showing blitz. Palisade picks it up. It's going to be a counter and a run up the middle, finds a hole, and this is going to be Palisade continuing to move. Big stiff arm there from number 32. That's Dylan Larson getting some daylight, and Palisade breaks it for about a gain of 35. Again, just a problem with the tackling on the Sailors' defense.
Just totally. I mean, 2-3 missed tackles.
So Palisade picks up a 1st down, and once again they find themselves deep in Sailors territory, right around the 25-yard line, as they hang on to a 28-7 lead. 6:31 left to go here, 3rd quarter action at Gardner Field. You are tuned to 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. This is the final home stand for this Sailors football 2025 regular season. Here we go, Palisade once more. Sailors getting a little bit freaky with the blitz. Let's see if they can get anything going here on defense, and they do. A good tackle here from the Sailors linebackers, and they will stop Palisade, but not after a short gain. Gain of what, 2?
I don't want to just keep harping on, but one of the Palisade linemen literally, it almost looked like he was trying to tackle the Sailor linebacker, and I think it was Henninger again. He wrapped him up like a tackle, and I don't understand the lack of calls on a play like that. I really don't. I'm not trying to fault the referees. I'm just trying to find some clarity here. It's not making sense.
Branson Springer under center for this Bulldogs team. He's going to hand it up the middle, and another short gain for Palisade will keep the clock running. Brings up 3rd down for this Sailors defense.
3rd and short. That's a tough assignment with Palisade. But again, we've seen the ball hit the ground once.
Sailors have found themselves in this very situation many times so far here tonight. They got it done on the last drive. Let's see if they can do it again right here. Somebody make a play. Last time it was Lyle Henninger. Let's see who can do it for this Sailors defense. 3rd down and short. It's Springer under center. He's got a running back lined up behind him. One wide receiver out to the left. Gotta watch him. Sailors defense has been letting receivers behind them. Springer's going to hand this ball off, and it goes right up the middle for a short gain. 1st down, Palisade. 4:40 left to go. 3rd quarter. Palisade moves the sticks.
Well, I'll tell you, this Palisade offensive line, when a guy gets in underneath the pads of the defender, they just take him downfield.
Yeah, they are something serious, and they are the life of this Palisade team. You can tell everything that this offense does goes behind that offensive line, depending on how they are feeling. Here we go now. 1st down for Palisade, knocking on the door once more of the Sailors' goal line. It's Springer under center. He's got a bunch of guys in tight with him. Springer's going to keep this one. He drops back, has a receiver wide open, and it's caught for a touchdown. Palisade throws this one into the back of the end zone, and they go up 34-7, pending the extra point. Really poised play there from Branson Springer, rolling out of the pocket, delivering the throw. Another touchdown for the Palisade Bulldogs.
Just past the outstretched hands of the Sailor defender, but tough break for the Sailors. The offense breathes some life in and see how they respond.
Extra point is up and good, and Palisade will take a 35-7 lead with 4:10 to go here in the third quarter. Want to thank our sponsors here on the broadcast. Steamboat Motors, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks with store-to-door service online at steamboatmotors.com and west of Steamboat on Highway 40. Yampa Valley Bank, the Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank with locations in Steamboat and Craig, member FDIC. And Steamboat Roofing. For all your roofing needs, go to steamboatroofing.com. Helping the Sailors raise the roof after every victory. Hey, Mike, I don't mean to go away from this game, but World Series game number 1 is on in Toronto, and I just have an update for anybody out there listening to us on the broadcast. The Toronto Blue Jays have opened the game up at home as they have taken a 9-2 lead on the LA Dodgers, bottom of the 6th inning in World Series game number 1. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, a lot of prognosticators have been saying, I've heard almost all on sports radio that it was going to be a 5-game series and Toronto was going to take the first game.
Yeah.
Like literally, and I'm like, I don't know, man. The way Toronto can hit the ball.
Toronto's averaging 6 runs a game in the playoffs, man. I mean, that is something serious. And the Dodgers, obviously, one of the bigger World Series favorites of all time, but this game is blowing up 9-2 Toronto game number 1. 4:10 left to go here at Gardner Field. Thanks for joining us here, folks. Final home game on this crisp October evening. Excited to be here. Sailors trailing 35-7, but there have been some bright spots.
There have, and if they just can't give up. 4:10 to go, right in the third. You know, they're on their heels right now. But we've seen that you got Krupp, you got Lightning out there. He can strike.
Krupp coming off of a 99-yard touchdown run, folks. That is right, not 90, 99. He was at the goal line to goal line run for Thomas Krupp. Let's see if we can do it again here. It's Tanner Cobb in the shotgun formation. He's got one receiver out to his right. He's going to look that way on the go route. He throws it up, and it is going to be... Are they giving that to him?
Let's see who they call it on.
Flags. Yeah, there is a flag on the play. It looked like the pass was completed. A good pass from Tanner Cobb.
Pass interference against Palisade.
Good play there from the Sailors, and they get it to go for him. Tanner Cobb with a really heads-up play, giving his wide receiver a good opportunity to make that.
It was a nice pass.
It was a really nice pass.
He really put it where he needed to.
Cobb gave his receiver every opportunity to make that grab, and the Sailors finally get a penalty to go their direction.
You know who's not giving up in this game is the leader, number 1, Tanner Cobb. That kid's still focused on this game. He's still bringing it. It's good to see.
Tanner Cobb in the shotgun once more. He's got a single receiver out to his left. Cobb's going to hand this one off to Krupp. Krupp finds a gap. Krupp almost gets to the second level, and it's a gain of about 5.
That was a nice run, boy. He got to the outside.
That was a really nice tackle,
Number
too.
13 did a nice job for Palisade. He hit him in the numbers and ended it.
Yeah, that was a big-time hit from Carter Hayward, who we've seen make a couple of plays in this game here tonight. Carter Hayward with a big-time hit on Thomas Krupp. So here we go, Tanner Cobb in the shotgun. He's got a single receiver to his right, and the ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground, and it somehow finds the way into the arms of Thomas Krupp. He picks it up and turns it into a gain. Thomas Krupp, I don't know how, but that ball just rolled right into his arms. They were scrumming for it, a few different players, and Krupp was on the outskirts, and it just somehow ends up in his hands.
First down.
First down, Sailors, after the messed up exchange between Cobb and Krupp.
That was amazing is literally what it was.
Well, it was really just a heads-up play from Krupp that easily could have been a Palisade turnover, but Krupp had his head on a swivel, happened to find that ball. Lucky play there for the Sailors. 3:07 left to go.
We'll take a Lady Luck right now.
Absolutely. Need anything they can get. Sailors trailing 35-7. Here we go. Tanner Cobb in the shotgun. One man out to his right. Single running back in the backfield. It's going to be Cobb faking the handoff. Cobb rolls to his right, has a receiver. It's Vanderbosch, and Vanderbosch picks up the first down.
Boy, Cobb did a really good job of avoiding the blitz. Was coming from his weak side by number 18 for Palisade.
That's Kate Carter.
Coming in fast. Cobb held his ground, got the ball in Vanderbosch's hands finally, and another Sailor first down.
Sailors working now deep into Palisade territory. Just beyond the 30-yard line, it's Tanner Cobb and company. Couple of receivers out to his left. He's got Krupp in the backfield, gives it to Krupp, tries to find the outside, and he'll get pulled down, but not after a gain of about
we got a flag.
Maybe two, yes, flag on the play.
Late, and I'm thinking it's a personal foul against Palisade.
Yeah. Maybe a little too aggressive on that tackle there. Are they going to get him for a suplex? Yes, it does look like it's going against Palisade. Big break here again for the Sailors, and that'll move the chains.
And you know what I'm loving? Regardless of the final outcome of this game, I'm loving the fact that this Sailors team is not rolling over. They are still bringing it. They're playing strong. The kids are leaving everything they need out there on the field, and this is fun to watch. It's really good to see this team not giving up.
2:26 left to go. Third quarter action here at Gardner Field. It's Tanner Cobb and company working the red zone offense. He's got his dime duo back with him. Eli Beaver and Thomas Krupp in the backfield. T formation. He's in the shotgun. Single receiver out to his left. It's Gotro. Cobb's going to hand this ball off, and nothing going there as Palisade snuffs it out. No gain.
I'll tell you what, this defensive line of Palisade, they got a few players that are going off O&D line, and these guys are football players with a future, you know what I mean? D2, D3, whatever the case may be, but these are football players down there.
The great Joe Romano coaching this team. I'm sure a great mentor to have if you're one of these Palisade players. Former Steamboat Sailor himself. Here we go now. Tanner Cobb in the shotgun. Cobb's going to give it off to Krupp. It's a keeper. He faked everybody out, and Cobb's going to drop this one into the end zone. Listen, he could have given it to Krupp, and Krupp would have scored too. That was a textbook play from the Sailors as Tanner Cobb, the quarterback, waltzes into the end zone.
Great job by Tanner Cobb. Again, when your senior leader, your quarterback, the man on your team is not giving up, and he's still laying it all out there on the field, that gets the whole place going.
That was a beautifully run fake from Tanner Cobb and Thomas Krupp. I mean, like I said, Mike, he could have given that to Krupp and Krupp would have scored. Yeah. It was wide open on either end.
One.
Cobb keeps it, and Cobb gets into the end zone for 6. Makes it a 35-14 ball game here. 1:44 left to go, third quarter.
Boy, we just need some defensive luck. And you know what I'm for here right now is a deep, booming Eli Beaver kick that pins him back and doesn't give up. You know, the field position Palisade has had
every drive
is dictated this game.
Every drive, I think Palisade has started from the 40
at least, and that is tough when you're going against the running game that they bring.
And so the vibes have shifted here a little bit at Gardner Field. The music is playing. The crowd is getting back into it. 1:44 left to play here. Third quarter action. Sailors trailing 35-14. Tanner Cobb, the young quarterback, breathing a little bit of confidence into this Sailors offense. A great drive put together there.
The fans doing about the worst wave I've ever seen. But you know what? They're having fun because the Sailors haven't given up. Everybody's still into it.
No, the Sailors definitely showing some moxie here in the second half as they get set to kick off. Let's see if they do this little kickoff thing again, and they do not this time. See, last time, Mike, they ran up and they kicked it right out of the huddle. This time, the Sailors are going to get set on the line, and Eli Beaver will kick this thing into the night. So it's Beaver. with a high booming kick. It's going to pin Palisade deep, just like you said, right on the goal line. Oh, he was too deep. And the refs are going to say it was in the end zone. He was about a yard away from pinning them back.
And that's really what I want to see, like give your defense a fighting chance.
Even with the touchback, though, Mike, this is still the worst field position for Palisade the entire game.
The whole game.
So a win is a win.
Starting at the 20 is the worst field position they've had offensively in the entire game. Now, this is an opportunity for the Sailors defense to step up.
Huge opportunity. Somebody's got to make a play. Sailors have already had a turnover off of a fumble here tonight. Let's see if they can replicate. Palisade has been good on the offensive end. Branson Springer. One hell of a quarterback for this Bulldogs team. Springer's going to be under center. He can kill you a number of ways. We've seen him throw the ball deep. He has a 40-yard touchdown pass tonight. We've seen him run it in for a couple as well. Springer's going to keep this one on the first play, finds a gap, and Springer with some daylight. Springer, right as I say it, is going to pick up a gain of about 20. Let me just say, Mike, there's no more frustrating thing than watching the quarterback run the football on you like that.
Especially picking it up like that. Running about 60 yards to pick up 40 all over the field, from your lips to his legs, because he was off and running right after you said it. You got to watch him. They almost, like I would be putting number 30 Beaver on a
spy. Yeah, I would be putting a spy on him. I was just about to say the same thing. Springer is too dangerous, man. He's big and he is fast, and he can beat you through the air. He can beat you on the ground. It makes it really tough if you're one of these Sailors linebackers deciding what to do. So here we go. Springer from exactly midfield, the 50-yard line. First down for Palisade. It's going to be Springer on the pitch. He gives it off to his running back, trying to get outside. Sailors do a good job on the contain, and they push him out of bounds. Short gain of about 3.
Nice job by the Sailors defensive line to string it out. Pursuing to the outside, not giving up anything, picks up, as a result, a short pickup for Palisade.
Very short. It's going to make it second and about 7. Excuse me, I thought the refs were having a little discussion there. 1:03, the clock is continuing to run. Keep that in mind, Mike. This is a huge part of this. Everything that Palisade does is based around the clock. So it might look like they're kind of being lackadaisical. It might look like they're not really trying, but the reality is that they're just burning clock here as we run under now with 45 seconds left to go. Here's Springer under center. Pitches it off to Umberger. Umberger finds a lane. Umberger gets outside, and Umberger cuts it back in. Umberger finally gets brought down, but not before a gain of about 15. First down, Palisade.
And again, too many missed tackles, and when it comes down to it, the ball carrier is brought down by number 30, Eli Beaver, who started on the furthest part of the field. Chased it through the backfield, got blocked, kept pursuing, and made the tackle deep in our own territory.
And Weston Worley gets pulled off at that cornerback position. And, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but, Worley's been that guy at the cornerback position. He's had some whiffs here tonight, and Coach Scott Prismus has seen it too. He makes a change there. A couple of new DBs in here for this Sailors defense. And some discussions on the field. It looks like another spot. The referees, it's a holding call. So they move it back from the spot of the foul. Holding call.
I didn't even see the flag.
I didn't see the flag either. Holding call goes against Palisade. And so the big gain is negated. And Palisade takes over back pretty much where they started at about the 52-yard line. Here's Springer on the option, read option. Springer decides to keep it and faces the brunt of the Sailors linebacker core.
And it's good to see, because we love these kids. Coach put number 2 Worley's back in the game.
Yeah.
Just had a word with him, and Worley had fantastic coverage on his man that time.
Hey man, Worley's a young kid.
On him.
Cornerback's a tough position.
Oh, very tough.
I've played it myself, Mike. I can tell you, going up and making that tackle at the line of scrimmage is not only just in high school sports, but it is truly one of the hardest things to do in all of sports, playing that cornerback position, honestly. Sometimes
that's good.
Some people would tell you the cornerback is the best athlete on the field.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. When you have lockdown corners, particularly college or the pros, but in the pros particularly, we hear it all the time. You got a lockdown corner. That changes everything for your defense.
Broncos have one of those. Pat Surtain taking on a very high-octane offense this weekend. Who do you got in that game? Dallas and Denver. Come on. On the spot. Hey, I was talking to Stu off air here a little bit. You know the last time the Dallas Cowboys beat the Broncos?
Troy Aikman?
1992.
Is that Troy?
That's
Troy and Emmett?
That's the last time the Cowboys beat the Broncos in Denver. 1995, the last time they beat them at all. So
I think what Bronco fans have to be worried about this game is the emotional letdown from last week.
Right.
You know, that was so huge. And right now, Dak Prescott's playing football.
He's playing out of his mind. Broncos DBs, like we were saying, might have a long day. So here we go. It's going to be Palisade as we flip the field. Fourth quarter underway here. A big-time run from Palisade as the Sailors can't bring him down. Right as we were saying here, the quarterbacks with a whiff on the play, and that's going to be a 50-yard touchdown run for the Bulldogs.
And just too many missed tackles.
Too many missed tackles.
And listen, I understand one thing. The defense has been on the field an inordinate amount of time.
Yeah.
They have been out there. Time of possession has been heavily in favor of Palisade. But that being said, if you're out of gas, let the coaches know. Get somebody else in there, because when that play was over, there were 4 Sailors sitting on the field, mistackled, and Palisade has another touchdown.
It's all coming from the outside, Mike. I think the Sailors' interior defensive linemen and the interior linebackers are doing a really nice job. It's when they are forced to cover the flats. It's when the cornerbacks have to come up where they're kind of getting burnt a little bit. Palisade has slowly recognized that through the course of this game.
There's no mistake. The battle interior, like you just brought up, has been a draw at best. The Sailors' defense and offensive lines have been playing lights out, but Palisade's been taking advantage. That play right there, pitch to the outside, and a little bit of downfield blocking, but even that wasn't even in. It was mostly just the missed tackles.
42-14, your score here at Gardner Field. The Sailors' offense getting ready to go after 2 drives in a row that were quite honestly fantastic. We had the 99-yard Thomas Krupp touchdown, and then we saw Tanner Cobb run it in for a touchdown just a few minutes ago as well. Sailors trailing 42-14 here. Let's see if they can get something going. Palisade is going to kick this off. Thanks to our sponsors here on the broadcast. The Paoli with International Real Estate. Let Chris Paoli and his team help you with all your real estate needs. The Paoli Group has you covered. Give them a call. The Paoli Group. Here we go. It's going to be the Sailors returning this one. Nothing doing there. They'll start at the 20.
That was a tough one to come down with. That ball was moving. Looked like a knuckleball. Probably would have been better left off to let that one just ride through the end zone and get to the 20. Well, which he did.
We'll see what the Sailors do here. You know, I will say Eli Beaver, not a name that we've called a ton tonight. It's been the Thomas Krupp show. Just a note, though. Eli Beaver, kind of a quiet game for him.
It is. For his standards, you're right. It really is. Offensively and defensively.
Yeah. So here we go. It's Tanner Cobb in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand this one off to Krupp. Krupp tries to bounce it around the outside, and he does. I don't know how he pulled a gain out of that, but he gets a short gain of about 2, maybe 3.
And more importantly, I thought he got out of bounds to stop the clock, but apparently not. The referees signaled to keep the clock running. Got a late night happy hour somewhere they got to get to.
Seriously, that brings up second down and long here for the Sailors. We'll see if they start going through the air here maybe a little bit more. Clock continues to run, like you said, 11 minutes to go here in this ball game at Gardner Field. It's Cobb with twins out to his right. He's got one man in the backfield. He gives it to Krupp. Krupp up the middle for a gain of about 2. that is not going to move the chains as quickly as you want, Mike.
No, and that was a really good job. Number 52 for the Sailors, the pulling guard, Lloyd Warren, getting to the outside, leading the way for Thomas. I just think Thomas saw a hole opening up towards the inside, whereas probably would have been better served to get to the outside. Got to try to get out of bounds and stop the clock. The clock is not the Sailors' friend right now.
Big third down here, Sailors. You have to imagine this is fourth down territory, but third down in about 5 here for the Sailors. Man goes in motion. It's going to be a pitch, and the pitch is off kilter. It's on the ground. Palisade kicking it around. It's all the way back at the goal line, and the refs blow the whistle. Just a total miscommunication in the backfield between Cobb and his running backs. Couldn't get the pitch off on the motion.
So what? I'm not sure. Why are they placing it there? Was he down? Is that what they're saying?
Are they calling it a dead ball?
They must have called him down.
So the Sailors actually catch a huge break there. The ball easily could have been spotted at their own 1 yard line. Instead, it's going to be right about where they started at the 22, and they will punt this into the abyss. So it's a low-hanging punt. It's going to be picked up by Palisade here. Let's see if Nathan Umberger can get something going. He's a shifty kid. Umberger up the middle, and that'll be a good return there, about 25 yards. Palisade, again, is going to start with incredible field position at the Sailors' 40-yard line.
And again, there was some missed opportunities down there.
Let's talk about the rest of this league, Mike. You know, no matter what happens here tonight, Palisade has a massive game next week against Eagle Valley. Now, you were on the call with Brian Harvey not too long ago during that game, and I'm just curious what you think how that game might go. Palisade, Eagle Valley, you've seen both of these teams now. They're both at the top of this league.
I think the best team I've seen this season is on the field right now.
Okay.
Offensively, defensively, the play calling, the coaching. This team is really good.
Very physical Palisade team here.
Very physical. When the linemen lock up, they're like pit bulls down there. They're tenacious.
Palisade, a flag on the play here before they can get going.
Yeah,
it's going to be a false start. Goes against Palisade. And a couple of uncharacteristic penalties here for that offensive line that you were talking about. They get a lot of credit throughout the Western Slope. They're the least penalized team in the league.
That's huge.
And the Sailors...
That is just huge.
The Sailors have knocked them around a little bit here tonight. 9:36 left to go. Fourth quarter action. It's going to be Palisade Bulldogs getting set to begin this offensive drive right around the 45-yard line after the false start call. So here we go. Branson Springer. Hell of a game from the Palisade quarterback. He gives it up the middle, and that'll be a gain of about 10 for Deegan Salvati. New running back we got in there, the sophomore. Some younger players getting some minutes here for Palisade. Deegan Salvati getting
going back, because you got me thinking about the Eagle Valley. Eagle Valley is a really good team.
They're undefeated.
Are they right now?
Yeah, they are undefeated. Yes.
I don't know. I think right now, Palisade seems to me, I know they had 2 losses earlier in the year, right?
Yeah, they've lost. So Palisade has lost to Durango, and they have lost to Montrose. Montrose is one of the best teams in the state right now, and Durango typically puts together a pretty good team as well. They beat Rifle 41-0. They beat Summit 55-0. I think we're in for a good game next week.
Oh, no question about it. I just think right now Palisade is putting it together when it counts the most. Like right now, you watch them. I mean, they execute well. They're linemen. You watch the pulling guards, the linemen who pull for the run plays are just doing their job perfectly. It's a really, really well-coached team, and these guys are executing well.
8:20 and running here at Gardner Field. Palisade looking to continue to pile on as they lead the Sailors 42-14. And caught up in the backfield is going to be Branson Springer. A big-time defensive stop for the Sailors. Brings up third down.
You get to call his number now. That was all number 30, Eli Beaver. First, he got penetration into the backfield, disrupted the run pattern that the Palisade quarterback wanted, got around him, then wrapped him up again and had some help from number 52, Lloyd Warren, who's quietly having an excellent game on both sides of the ball tonight.
Again, the Sailors' interior continuing to make some noise against a very stout Palisade offensive line. 7:28 left to go and running here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Branson Springer once more under center. We've seen him line up in every type of formation. We've seen him in the shotgun. We've seen him under center. We've seen him running it. We've seen him throwing it. This time he hands it off to his running back. It's going to be Salvati once more. Salvati trying to get more yardage, and he does. He picks up the first down and a gain of about 15. 7 minutes to go here.
And a golden opportunity. Fourth and 4. And the Sailors defense just, and again, I think more than anything, what we have to keep in mind, again, is time of possession. Palisades dominated that. And you can only ask your defense to do so much. You know, there's only so much gas in the tank.
I mean, you go back to the first quarter, Mike. I think the Sailors had it in the first quarter total for maybe 1 minute.
Yeah, agreed.
So here we go. It's Palisade marching into Sailors territory. Right around the 20-yard line they go. It is going to be Springer handing the ball off, and the Sailors defense once more comes up big. Good stop there, second down. Gain of about 1, maybe no gain. Second down and 9, 6:20 left to go on the clock. And you can see Palisade just continuing to take their time each and every play. They get into the huddle. They talk about what they had for lunch today. They talk about how they did on their tests, and then they call the play, Mike.
Right.
And that has been a killer for the Sailors.
They are. They're just wearing it down.
Springer under center. One receiver out to the left. Hands the ball off up the A gap. And that'll go for a gain of about 5.
Really nice job by Giesland there, I believe. A.J. Giesland, number 56 on the solo tackle. And that's what the Sailors have been missing. When you make contact, wrap up the ball carrier and bring him down. And that is exactly what Giesland just did.
5:30 and counting. Sailors trailing 42-14. The final home game of this regular season, 2025. For your Sailors. Here we go now. Standing upright is going to be Branson Springer. Now he drops underneath center. Puts a man in motion. He's going to roll out. He runs right into the defensive end, and he had nowhere to go there. Sailors coming off the edge with some ferocity, Mike.
Number 30, Eli Beaver. You know, you said he was having a bit of a quiet game, particularly defensively. That time, he did exactly what you wanted him to do. He stayed home, let the quarterback come to him. The quarterback turned around on the fake.
Springer knew it. Springer was spooked.
He was right. He was spooked.
He turned around and was like, oh, man.
What are you doing here?
Eli Beaver was practically giving him a kiss as he turned the corner there. 4:37 left to go. 42-14 your score. It's Branson Springer and company working for the Palisade Bulldogs. Springer under center. Once again, a man goes in motion. Springer this time gives it off rather than keeping it, and the Sailors' goal line defense is going to come up big. No touchdown, but they are knocking on the door.
Number 22 for the Sailors that time, Lucas Johnson, who wrapped up the ball carrier, allowed his teammates to get up with the assist.
4:15 and counting. Palisade at the goal line. 42-14 your score. Branson Springer under center. The Sailors have done really well at the goal line here tonight. I mean, as crazy as it may sound because of the scoreboard and everything, the Sailors have done a good job at the goal line, and this time Palisade is able to trickle it through, but it was still a good effort from that Sailors interior defensive line. Another touchdown on the board here at Gardner Field makes it 48-14.
Really, it's the Sailors, the linemen, the interior guys have not given up at all. They are just still, they're hitting. It is a very physical game in the trenches.
So the extra point is going to be up and good for the Palisade Bulldogs. Makes it a 49-14 game, and really this one's a lot closer than the scoreboard would say, Mike. Apart from a few calls here and there, apart from a few, really ticky-tack things, the Sailors have done a pretty decent job tonight.
They really have. Some missed assignments, particularly on the deep plays, but that's what it's done too, is when you can stretch the field like Palisade's done, you see the receivers getting behind the defensive backs. That means the defensive backs have to play another 3, 5, 7 yards deeper than they normally would, which opens up the running game, and Palisade exploits it.
Final game next week will be in Glenwood Springs, Mike.
No, second to last.
Second to last.
They got Glenwood, and then they have Rifle.
Yes, you are correct. The game next week, though, Halloween night, second to last game of the year. Halloween night, Brian Harvey will be on the call there in Glenwood Springs. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, there's no doubts. Glenwood and the Sailors definitely knock heads a lot. Sailors would be, if they can beat Glenwood, there's no mistake. And if they beat Glenwood, they can finish it up with Rifle and put some respectability on the season.
Rifle, again, just talking about common opponents here, Mike. Rifle lost to this Palisade team 41-0. They got blanked.
Rifle, there was a time when Rifle was a football powerhouse in the state, and they have had a rough few years. I don't think they have a win this season, do they?
Well, it's another one of those places similar to Palisade, really, where you get a lot of good athletes, strictly from the wrestling team that come out, and those are the toughest guys to play against. Very similar that way in terms of how those teams are made up.
Some of these guys that line up for Palisade, seeing them on a wrestling match or a wrestling mat would be straight up terrifying. I mean,
tell me about
big and athletic.
Yeah,
too,
and the biggest thing I think, Mike, especially when you're playing defense, you lay a hit on a guy and you look at him dead in the eyes and you're thinking, man, you're trying to make him feel it. You're trying to make him feel some pain. And when you go against these guys who are career wrestlers, let me just tell you, you will never see pain in their eyes. And that is probably the most frustrating thing. Getting hit by these Sailors linebackers and you look at them and it's like they didn't even feel it. That's the biggest thing about Palisade.
And the other thing that Palisade has going for it, because I keep going back, next week's game, that's going to be a really good football game in Eagle Valley.
I believe so.
That's going to be a good game.
I believe so.
Because the rotation on the line, offensively and defensively, for Palisade is no drop off. They run 2 or 3 guys in after a few plays, and they're starting linemen anywhere else.
Palisade and Eagle Valley for the league title. Should be a fun one. Brian Harvey will be in Glenwood Springs on Halloween night next week for the Sailors as they take on the Demons. Pass in the flat is going to be good for a loss. Like the idea. Going to, was that Vanderbosch there? No,
that was Gotro.
That was Gotro again.
Down with it.
Got to give some props to Abbott Gotro here, man. He has been fantastic.
He has.
Not only
good football.
Not only in terms of his route running and his pass catching, but his blocks. He had a critical block, like you said, on the Thomas Krupp 99-yard touchdown. I mean, high IQ player Abbott Gotro. Have a day, man. 2:27 left to go. Clock is running here. Final home game of the season at Gardner Field. The Sailors looking to get something going here on offense. Cobb's still in the game. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to drop back. Sailors can't pick up the blitz. Cobb steps up in the pocket, finds a gap, and Cobb's going to turn this into a gain and pick up the first down. Or nope, he might be a little bit short.
He might be a little bit short, but that was a heck of a run by the quarterback.
That was really good quarterback play. Just, going through his reads, seeing that nobody was open, not making a dumb decision. That was very textbook quarterback play from Tanner Cobb.
Not forcing it. You're absolutely right.
I mean, stepping up in the pocket. He looked like Herbert last night, That was impressive. I like to see that from Tanner Cobb.
And he was being pressured big from behind.
So Cobb, empty backfield. He's got 4 receivers to his left. He's going to look that way. Cobb has one, and that ball is going to be on the ground. No catch, incomplete pass.
Yeah, going to Krupp. You know, the defensive backs and the linebackers for Palisade are just moving up into the flat, and they're expecting that. And they are making contact with the receiver literally at the same time the ball is getting there.
1:40 left to go. The final ticks on this Friday evening here on 105.7, 97.7 KTYV. Thanks to everybody for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Here's Tanner Cobb trying to have one last ditch effort for the Sailors. Hands it off to Thomas Krupp. Krupp around the outside. Krupp's going to get the first down and more. Krupp pushed out of bounds at around the Palisade 30 for a huge gain of about 25.
Now they threw a flag on the play, and I can't, if they're not, it might have been a face mask because I didn't see any hold, and the only one in front of Thomas was number 3 Vanderbosch, and he was just running down the field in front of him. I think they are. They're going to call holding on Vanderbosch. Tough play there.
Good call on that, Mike. Good eye. As the Sailors are going to get knocked back a few yards. Fans not having it.
Oh, that's you know what that is?
Ticky-tack.
That's lame. Yes, that is as lame a call with 1:30 left that you will see. Because it wasn't egregious like, oh my God, look at number 3 is holding like crazy. Number 3 was pushing the defensive back down the field. That could have gone either way. All right, either way easily. And with 1:30 left in a 49-14 game, come on, ref. That was ticky-tack.
You said it. 1:32 left to go here. 92 seconds in the final home game of the Sailors 2025 season. It is Tanner Cobb and company out there under the lights. Cobb's going to drop back. He's got a man in the flat, and that is going to be Thomas Krupp catching that ball, and he's driven backwards for no gain. Thomas Krupp is so fast.
He is so versatile.
He is fun to watch when he catches that ball out of the backfield. Sailors going to have to throw this ball a little bit more downfield, though, here as we run with 1:10 left to go now. Like to see maybe Gotro here on that far side get an opportunity.
Man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, I mean, right there, one-on-one. You see the safety kind of slough over a little bit now. It's going to be a handoff up the middle instead. Thomas Krupp doing some dancing in between the first and second level. He gets dropped for a decent gain. 46 seconds and counting. Looks like this will all but do it here at Gardner Field. I got to say, Mike, what a pleasure calling the game with you tonight, man.
I enjoyed this. I really have.
You are
Stu,
the voice.
What do you think over there? Been awfully quiet tonight.
Good game. Stu's
I've
loving
really
it,
enjoyed doing this game with you. And we've gotten, my phone's blown up. I showed you. You got some nice compliments. You're calling a great game.
So here we go. The Sailors' last-ditch effort will not be enough. Clock is going to stop once more, though, on the gain of 6.
First down, so they got to stop the clock. I mean, you got 18, 17.
Now
they haven't even set it.
See, that's what they've been doing that all game, Mike. They've been starting the clock before the ball is even set. They do it again here on the last play of the game. Clock's going to hit zeros. Cobb's going to get a snap off. Cobb rolls out, and Cobb is just going to run this one out of bounds, and that'll do it for your Sailors 2025 home campaign, folks. They lose this one to Palisade 49-14. A lot of things to be positive about, a lot of things to go back to the drawing board if you're the Sailors. This was a fun one. I appreciate everybody joining us here on the call tonight. 105.7 and 97.7 KTYV. Thanks to Stu for running the camera. Mike, it was a pleasure, man.
My friend.
Sailors next week will be in Glenwood Springs. Brian Harvey will have the call there. Make sure you tune in. For Mike Deemer, I am Lowen Epstein saying so long and have a great night. This has been Sailors Football.
See you Monday.
Steamboat Sailors Football on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by our friends at Yampa Valley Bank, Builder's First Source, the Steamboat Roofing Company, Mountain West Insurance, Ellens & Strom Attorneys at Law, Mountain Eye Works, Johnny B. Good's Diner, One Off Auto Center, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Dotson Payment Solution, the Paoli Group, Steamboat Ace Hardware, and the all-new Steamboat Motors. Thanks for listening to Steamboat Sailor Sports.
Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
On 105.7 Sports on FM, KTYV, Steamboat Springs.
Opportunity is knocking. Storm Mountain Express is hiring office help and shuttle bus drivers for the winter season. Counter help at the Hayden Airport also needed. Good pay, great company, and flexible schedules. Fast, fun, and an end-of-season bonus. Training provided. All you need is the desire to provide outstanding customer service. Join our team. Head to StormMountainExpress.com. That's StormMountainExpress.com or call 970-879-1963. Shuttle bus drivers needed. Storm Mountain Express.
Guess what's fresh out of the oven at Colorado Bagel Market and Deli? That's right, pizza is here. Our new hand-stretched or tavern-style pizzas are made fresh right here on the west side of Steamboat. Cold pizzas, sandwiches, and stuffed strombolis, keeping it fresh and local. With all the classic combinations and bold flavor, it's impossible to ignore. So come find us in Riverside Plaza, serving it hot 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday, 3 to 7 p.m. It's Colorado Bagel Market and Deli, now serving more than just bagels.
So come fill your belly at the Market and Deli at Riverside Plaza.
It's KUHL Cool Week at Allen's Clothing. 20% off all cool apparel. This week is your chance to save money and to try to be as cool as your kids are. Cool clothing is 20% off at Allen's Clothing. This week only.
This fall, bring fresh color home with Steamboat Ace Hardware, the great paint store inside your hardware store. From bold front doors to warm, cozy living rooms, we've got top brands like Benjamin Moore and Clark & Kensington, plus expert advice to match. All the tools, all the color, all in one stop. Steamboat Ace Hardware, your local place for paint this fall. Steamboat Ace is the place with the helpful paint folks.
Tire change doesn't need to mean wallet change. At Elevated Mountain Balance, most tire installs are just $100. That's it. No gimmicks, no surprises. Schedule your own appointment at binmounted.com or just Google Elevated Mountain Balance.
Let loose your inner moose and make tracks to the Amble. 42 all-electric modern homes, steps from Steamboat Square and the slopes. Adventure awaits with skiing, hiking, and biking trails nearby. The charm of the Yampa Valley is just hop, skip, and a jump away. Luxury 1 to 4 bedroom homes will be ready for move-in next summer. Make tracks to our sales center for a tour and take it from a moose. Always take time to graze. Learn more at theamble.com.
Sundays just got better. Moe's Original Barbecue is now open on football Sundays all the way through Broncos season. Bring